Brian Rose is a former Wall Street banker, technology CFO, and new media entrepreneur. Known worldwide as the founder and host of London Real. Since 2011, Brian has broadcast his conversations with over 500 of the most influential people in the world, from politicians to rock stars to CEOs of billion-dollar companies. People like Tim Ferriss, Gary Vaynerchuk, Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, and Ido Portal. Together with these leaders, entrepreneurs, and experts, Brian creates timeless conversations that empower and inspire people to take action and achieve their maximum potential. London Real is now one of the largest new media platforms in the world, with over 250 million viewers and listeners. Brian is also the founder and CEO of the London Real Academy, an online platform for personal development that has graduated over 10,000 students since 2015. The same year he delivered his seminal TED Talk, Why I Left Millions in Banking to Inspire Millions Online. Brian's mission is to improve the lives of everyday people with the strategies, communities, and the accountability needed for real, lasting transformation, to create a more empowered, collaborative, and conscious world. Please welcome your host, Mr. Brian Rose.
All right, folks, this is what's happening tonight. It's the masterclass on how to go from zero to a seven-figure revenue business, and we know because we've done it. I'm Brian Rose, and we are live here at London Real World Headquarters, and so I'm super excited to have you here. Make sure you download the workbook, which is in the chat. It's very, very important. And then make sure that you type in right now, what city are you from, and what's the business idea you have? And again, I expect answers from every single person in here. I need to know the city and the business idea. Just guess if you think that's what you need, but go ahead and put that in for me because it's really important now. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to eliminate all of your distractions. That means I want you to take your phone, and I'll do it with you, and I want you to go ahead and put it on airplane mode, all right? Shut that thing down and go to all of your browser windows and try to close all those things down. I know you got Facebook up and YouTube and you got all these other things, but I want you to shut them down. And I also want you to take the dog, the cat, the iguana, whatever you got in your room, and throw them out the door. Tell your wife or your husband or your kids that for the next 45 minutes you're hanging out with Brian Rose. Can you do that for me? Type yes in the chat if everything is closed. Give me your undivided attention. That's really what I'm looking for right now, and that's what I need from you. So I want to give you our show up bonus for being here. It's David Allen's Success Secrets. It's a piece of video that I shot that talks about this incredible guest, David Allen, and his system of getting things done. It's yours free tonight. There'll be a link there in the chat. Don't watch it now. Do me a favor. Watch me now because I want to help you get your business to the next level, but afterwards you can download it. Next, I want to give you a second show up fast action bonus, and that's going to come at the very end of this masterclass, which is going to be very soon. So, why are we here? Why are we here, Brian? Well, tonight's masterclass is about how to get started in business. And why do you want to start a business? Well, let's get real, folks. Why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you want to be your own boss. Maybe you want to do work that you're excited about. Maybe you want to have the flexibility to control your own hours, work remotely, or even travel. Or possibly you want to double your paycheck. Maybe you want to take something to 6 or even 7 figures. Or perhaps you just want to live your life on your own terms. Those are all great reasons, and this is all possible for you to do. I've graduated over 1,000 students from my Business Accelerator course with different interests, different age groups. I've had 14-year-olds to 85-year-olds, people in Argentina, Japan, Russia, the Pacific Ocean, from business models from coffee to human movement, from medicine to Reiki. All have used my process. This is a method that's proven, and it will work for you too. And the reality is this, is that if you don't have a business, well, you're always going to be an employee. You're always going to be told what to do by your boss. You might be doing unsatisfied work. You might be living paycheck to paycheck, and there's not a real possibility of creating financial wealth. So this is something you want to consider, and it's not as hard as you think, especially when you have a great mentor, which is me, an entire process, and a system of keeping you accountable, which I want to share with you at the end. But you might be asking yourself, who is this guy talking to me? Who is this American living in London? Why is he talking about business? Well, my name is Brian Rose, and I used to be a banker. I was the greatest greedy banker that ever lived. I lived here in London, and I did that for about 10 years. I was all about the money. I didn't live my passion. And after that amount of time, I was really depressed. I was disconnected. I was alone. I didn't have a family. I didn't really have many friends because all I was trying to do was make money for me. And when I actually got out of that world and I started London Real, I started giving value to the world. I started talking to amazing people and sharing their stories so other people could be inspired and empowered and enlightened and go do great things on the back of that. And 7 years later, I've lived this incredible life where now every day I don't extract value from people like I did in the banking industry, but instead I'm giving value to people, teaching my students, showcasing great guests, giving them amazing videos, creating movies to hopefully get your life to the next level. And it's changed everything. It's also taken London Real from zero, and trust me, I was zero for about 3 years, a big donut hole, no money coming in, no idea what to do in business, to a multi-million-dollar business. And I've done this by making all the mistakes in the book. I messed up everything, but then I learned. The only way to succeed is to fail first and learn, and that's what we did. I learned about social media. I learned about product ecosystems. I learned about digital products, YouTube, videos, websites, landing pages, and I'm going to teach all of that to you tonight, and I'm going to show you how to save time. I'm also going to show you an accountability process that can make you do that. And folks, the real truth is that it's all about you having a better life. And for me, when I look back now from where I was 8 years ago to where I am now, well, this picture pretty much sums it all up. This is my life now. I get to come home every night and I'm smiling. I'm happy because I'm doing great things in the world. I've got these two beautiful young boys. You can see them there, Damon and Caden, and they wouldn't even be in this world if I wasn't doing London Real. Because when I add value to the world, I feel super connected, I feel super happy, and I bring great energy, and we also make a lot of money at the same time. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight. Tonight, we have 3 parts of this masterclass. The first, I want to talk about your audience funnel. The second, I want to talk about your online business cycle. And finally, I want to talk about your end-to-end ecosystem. These are 3 strategic concepts that'll just change the whole idea you have for business. But right now, I want to come to you and find out what city you're from. What is your business idea? And again, I expect an answer from every single one of you. Otherwise, I'm going to throw you off this course because this is interactive. I want you to get uncomfortable tonight. I want you to try some new things out. But before we do that, I want you to do me a favor and humor me. I want you to close your eyes. And I can see all of you on your webcams, so I can see if you're not closing your eyes. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, I see you. Close your eyes and do this for me. I want you to visualize your future. It's 6 months from now. So we're rocking what? April 2019. And I want you to visualize you as the owner, the CEO of a 6-figure business. You're bringing in $100,000 or $200,000 now on your very own business. You've quit your job. And you're now living your passion. Every day you get to get up and do what you love, whether that's training or yoga or martial arts or vegan cooking or child development or mathematics teaching. Every day you're doing what you love. Your customers come to you and thank you so much for changing their lives. You get reached out to people from TED Talks to publishers that want to publish your book. You get JV partners from people you dreamed of like Tim Ferriss and Tony Robbins and London Real because they see the energy and they want to be a part of you growing your business. Your personal life has gone through the roof. You have new friends, amazing new relationships. You're finally treating your body well because you have more time. You might be traveling the world, maybe working from a beach, working from the mountains. You're really designing your own lifestyle. You're happier than you've ever been. You're contributing back to the world. And life is, for the first time, maybe just absolutely incredible. And I want you to just visualize how you feel, what it's like, who's in your life. And I want you to open your eyes. Because tonight is not about putting 7 figures in your bank account and buying the Lamborghini and buying the private jet, although you can do that if you want. This is about changing your life to where you're a happier, healthier, more energetic person. It's about connecting with people in the world that love what you do, that want to be a part of your amazing energy. And that's what I want to show you tonight. If you've watched me over the last 7 years, that's what I've done with London Real. I've evolved as a person. Watch me for the next 7 years. This entire team here and this whole global community, we're going to take things to the next level because we add value to people's lives every single day. And of course, no masterclass would be complete, really, without my partner in crime here, our head of strategy, Mr. Julian Bales, looking very sharp tonight with the jacket, making me look a little underdressed. It's great to have you here, as usual, under the masterclass. Tell me, what's going on? What are these people saying in the chat? I know I'm being a little harsh on people. I'm expecting, demanding comments tonight. What's the audience like?
Well, you're getting comments here. It's a very active crowd tonight, Mr. Rose. We have people from all over the world.
All right, good.
Should we start with Brazil? We've got Rodrigo in Santos and Leonardo in São Paulo.
Wow, 2 people in Brazil. Love it.
Helen is in Rotorua, New Zealand.
Okay, good. Kiwis is probably 4 in the morning there. That's dedication, that's commitment, respect.
Andy in Malawi.
Okay, Malawi, fantastic.
And Ishmael in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay, great. We always have strong Africa contingency, so it's amazing. Someone from Kenya was on our masterclass on Monday and pulled the trigger at the end, so it's great stuff.
Fernando is in Mexico City.
Good.
And Alex is in Tijuana.
Fantastic.
We also have Vladimir in Belgrade and Lewis here in London.
Wow, that's quite an international crowd. I would say I was surprised, but we have graduates from 67 countries in the world. On our usual live calls, we actually have people on 14 different time zones. So we're used to an international crowd. It's actually what makes us strong at business because you know this, Julian. These days, every business has to be global. We're teaching you to sell products online and digitally to where you can change people's lives from around the world. You need input from different cultures, different languages, because these are your customers and that's what makes us strong. What are some of the business ideas that people are talking about? I know some people don't know, but again, I want answers from everybody. So if you're still coming late here, type in the city you're from, type in your business idea, because I really want to know.
Okay, let's start with Neil, who I think is going to be a Bruce Lipton fan by the look of it. He is saying epigenetics for alcoholics. He's calling this the Recovery Project.
Okay, look, I love this. You know, Lipton's a huge guest here on London Real. People are blowing up. Epigenetics is very interesting. It's kind of how your genes express themselves, and it's a new science, and I think people are interested. I love how you're talking about alcoholism. This is what we call a micro niche. And it's something we talk about in the first 2 weeks of our Business Accelerator. And it's counterintuitive, but the smaller your market is, the faster you will be successful. So if you really narrow it down, you might even want to do alcoholics for men over 50 and throw the epigenetics. I think you're into a winning idea, so I like that a lot.
Melinda here in London says teaching mobile software engineering or developing the next level note-taking and data handling app.
Okay, sounds good. I like it. You're being very specific. I like the mobile space. Again, we might be able to niche that down even a little further. Maybe it's for education. Maybe it's for personal development or personal training, but I already like where you're going with that. And this is really going to scale to you because we're talking about getting to that $1 million mark right away. I'm going to show you how to invest your profits back into the business so you can grow at maximum speed.
We have Cohen in the Netherlands who's looking to start a coaching business.
Okay, good. Coaching is great. I'd love to know what type of coaching. There's so many different types. We've graduated a lot of people from our Business Accelerator. Susan Gunnar comes to mind. She's actually one of our instructors now, and she coaches people on childhood trauma, gets them to work through that to become better adults. Again, micro niche. I like people that focus on a small part of a market, own it, and then open it out, and that's how you're going to be successful in business.
And finally, we have Mahmoud in Cairo, Egypt, who has no business idea, but that's okay too, right?
You know, that's great, Mahmoud. About a third of my students come with no idea, a third students come with an idea, and a third of my students come with an actual business, sometimes $1 million business that they want to learn from London Real on how to really ramp it up in the digital age. And if you've watched what we've done in the last 7 years, you've seen us grow. That's because of revenues we've generated from these same techniques. We literally eat our own dog food, as they say in Google. We practice what we preach, and we use our own product systems to teach other people, and that's how we've been successful. So I'm going to get this thing started, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, folks, look, tonight it's going to come fast. It's going to come quick. Pay attention. Again, I need responses from every single one of you, or I'm throwing you out of this masterclass because, look, I'm investing my time and energy in you. I want you to give me some feedback, get uncomfortable, answer hard questions, guess. But let's get started and try to build your business tonight. I want to talk about 3 things tonight. It's going to be your audience funnel, your online business cycle, and of course your end-to-end ecosystem. Let's start with this concept called your audience funnel. I want you to write this statement down. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. And this is said by Peter Drucker, and you can see this on the screen. And again, write this down. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. Now, some of you are saying, Brian, yeah, I know that. And some of you are saying, well, I don't know, that makes sense, but why are you telling me that? Well, this is a good question because a lot of people today get caught up in all the hype on social media, all the things they read online, and they see people with 100,000 Instagram followers, 1 million YouTube subscribers, all of these likes and all of these shares, and they say, oh, they must be successful. And the truth is that oftentimes they're not. And I'm a partner here at YouTube, and Julian and I go down to the headquarters all the time, and sometimes we bump into people that have an audience that's 10 times the size of ours, sometimes 100 times the size of ours, and yet when we get talking to them, oftentimes we have 10 times and 100 times the revenue that they do. Now, why does that matter? Revenue gives you choices. It means you can stop your job, you can travel the world, you can hire employees, you can scale your message to more people. And so tonight, I want to talk about your complete audience funnel so we can design your revenue source from the beginning. And if that makes sense to you, it's not just about likes and followers, it's about turning your audience into customers, really generating a sale, which means you solve a problem in their life in exchange for money. If you can do that, you have the right to exist. If you're just posting pretty videos and posting puppy dogs and rainbow memes, that's not a business, folks. So let's really think about the customer and the problem we're solving for them, and we're going to get really, really far. So let's go over to the board. I love to use this thing to teach because it really gives you a graphic representation of what's happening. And I want to talk about something that you probably heard mentioned, but a lot of people don't know really what they're talking about when it comes to a funnel. And a funnel is really important because every business has one. And a funnel looks like, well, it looks like a funnel, right? So it starts off kind of big on the top and it comes down slow at the bottom. And my funnel that we're going to talk about today has 4 parts. And this is really important because whether you already have the business or you don't have an idea yet, if you can design this from the very beginning, you can guarantee to have revenues. If you don't, you're going to be one of these people with all the Instagram followers that's still living at your mom's house. And I know a lot of people like that because they haven't done the work. So let's talk about the elements of a funnel that make everything happen. It starts off at the very top with something that we all know is called audience, okay? And these are the people that are watching you. And the truth is today, folks, anybody hearing about you or your brand for the first time, you're going to encounter on social media. That's why you need to know what you're doing on social media, but you need to know more than that. The next thing that's crucial in your funnel is something we all know and well. It's called a website, all right? Now, you might have a website, but I'll guarantee your website is probably a piece of garbage when it comes to creating a business and revenues. And tonight, I'm going to show you how to generate a website that creates customers and revenues. Next, I want to talk about something people forget about a lot, and it's called email, right? Remember that old-fashioned thing called email that they said was dead? Email is alive and well, and it is the only way to sell online. When was the last time you liked to see an ad when you were hanging out on Facebook and Instagram? You don't. Email is the true key, and I'm going to show you why. And finally, we want to talk about something that, again, is not talked about a lot. It's called sales. Sales is crucial. Without sales, you don't have a business, you don't have options, you can't hire people, you can't quit your job, you can't travel the world, you can't buy the Lamborghini. So let's make sure we think about the sales. Let's talk about the audience to start off with. Again, you're out there on social media to gain attention. And that's really important to think about this entire concept that you can see here on screen that is showing you what this funnel looks like. And let's start with the very top one called audience. And this all happens on social media. Let's talk about how we engage with social media very quickly. And let's use a few letters to make sure you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to engaging with social media, I use these letters. And I got this from my good friend Alex Icon, who's a gangster at social media. And it's QVCA. Again, when you are on social and talking about your business and posting things, you always want to use these things when you go ahead and create that content. And let me break it down for you what this stuff means. Every single post that you make has to have the QVCA. If it doesn't, you'll never turn into a business because no one will care what you're doing. What does Q stand for? Type in the chat if you know what Q stands for. I'm very curious. I'll give you a second, and then I'll go into quality. Every single post that you put in has to be done well. If it's a picture, it has to be done well. If it's got written words on it, it has to be done well. If it's a video, it's got to be thought-provoking. It's got to add value. Make sure everything is of high quality. The next thing, V, stands for value. Very important here. Posting what you had for breakfast isn't necessarily valuable to me. Anything you post should make my life better, should teach me something, help me learn something, help me do something better. Make sure every post has value. Next thing you must have is C, consistency. You can't post once a month, once every 3 weeks. I'll post today, I'll forget tomorrow. You must post on a regular basis. London Real has been posting full, long-form, incredible interviews every Sunday for 7 years. Oh my gosh, even saying that makes my head hurt. That means we're here every single day making things happen. People know on a Sunday they're going to get an incredible experience, some new ideas. They trust our brand. They love us for that. You need to do the same. And the last thing that people forget about sometimes is this thing called authenticity. You must be yourself. You must be real. I'm an American in London. I decided to change the way I dress. That's okay. Sometimes I like talking about business. Sometimes I like talking about spirituality. Sometimes I like doing Ironman competitions. Sometimes I drink ayahuasca. Guess what? That's me. I'm authentic. If you like me, great. Let's learn how to build a business. If not, you can go to the next channel. Very important to be authentic. And before we go further on this, I want you to always remember this, something I call the 50-50 rule. You need to spend half of your time building your audience, creating the content, half of the time promoting the content, putting it out there, tagging people, sharing people. If you use this 50-50 rule, you will start off with a great audience. But we don't want to stop there. A lot of brands and personal brands stop with that and they never go to the next level. So let's talk about the website. The purpose of the audience is to get people to take an action and come to your website. That is so important. We need to get them to your website. Now, why would we ever want someone to go to a website? Well, we want to introduce something called a lead magnet. It's a reason for them to bounce off social, which is a lot of fun, and come to a website. Why would they want to go there? You want to give them something of value in exchange for an email address, and I'll talk about that shortly. That is called a lead magnet, and here's an example of one of the lead magnets that we use here at London Real. It's a downloadable PDF that we do for our Broadcast Yourself course, and it's called the Podcast Launch Guide. You can click on this link, and if you give me your email address, I'll email it to you, and I'll show you how to start your own podcast. It's amazing. It's value add. You went from social media. You heard about London Real. I say, hey, learn how to do a podcast. You come to my website. You get this downloadable PDF. And what do I have from you now? I have an email address. Now, Brian, why would I want an email address? What's the point? I already have someone following me on Instagram. I have a like on YouTube. And this is why you need email. First of all, 95% of any online business's revenues come via email. All right? Email is crucial for these reasons. First of all, when was the last time you changed your email address? For me, it was probably 15 years ago. Most of the time when you get someone's email, you have nearly lifetime access to that person. Next thing, there are no algorithms. It's platform independence. If Twitter goes bankrupt, if YouTube changes their algorithm, if Facebook changes their algorithm, which they have multiple times over the last few years, I lose out. All of my likes lose out. I currently have about 550,000 subscribers on YouTube. Do you know how many email addresses I get from them? 0. What if I want to contact them all right now and invite them to this masterclass? Can I? No. It's very important to have that email. Finally, the email is good for this reason. It's an amazing platform to build a relationship. You can educate, you can entertain, and ultimately you can sell a product. You can't do that on social media. Nobody wants to buy on social media. When was the last time you were on Instagram and you saw an ad? You were on Facebook and you saw an ad to buy something. That's gross. I want to hang out there. I want to see what my friends are doing. I want to see crazy videos. I don't want to buy. Don't sell to your audience on social media. It's one of the biggest mistakes that people make. So, we've been on social. We did QVCA. We used the 50-50 rule. We got an amazing audience. We said, come to my website. I'll give you a lead magnet. I'm going to teach you how to do something. I want you to think now about what you could teach someone that would get them from social to your website. Next, you got their email address. Finally, I'm going to turn that email into a sell. And for here, I'm going to run an online webinar. And this is what I teach all of my students in the Business Accelerator. We get people online. We, again, add more value to their life. We teach them how to do something. We educate them. We get them to the next level. And at the end, we sell them a digital product. And that's exactly how we roll. That's how I teach my Business Accelerator students. And that's why some of them make $20,000 or $30,000 within the 8 weeks of the course. The results are absolutely incredible, but that's because we follow this strategy. This will not change for the next 25 years. Social media platforms will come and go. Digital products will come and go. Video might turn into 3D. I don't care. It's all going to come down to this process. The sooner you know it, the better. So that's a lot of information, I know. You could probably take a screenshot of that. It's probably worth $1 million to you if you actually execute on it. I know this right here has made us millions of dollars because we stuck to it. But now I want you to think about your business idea or your passion. And I want you to just answer this simple question. What is something you could teach your audience right now? And again, you probably know more than you think. Maybe you could teach someone how to do yoga. Maybe you could teach someone how to build an education business. Maybe you could teach someone how to build an app that I heard earlier. Maybe you could teach someone something about epigenetics. I want you to type in right now and tell me, what could you use as a lead magnet to teach people something? So again, a downloadable one-page PDF on how to XYZ. Type that in right now. Again, for me, it was how to start your own podcast. That's is what you can use to get your email addresses, which are basically money that will turn into that. So type that into the chat right now. What could you teach someone that could use as your lead magnet? And while you're doing this, I want to share with you a video of one of my Business Accelerator graduates. His name is Lee Wieland, and he was started out in the personal training space. But the problem with Lee is he couldn't really define a specific customer. So he came into the Business Accelerator. We took him through this entire process. And by the end of the course, he made $4,611 in the first 60 days. And here's a little bit more about Lee's journey.
I do a lot of physical activity, and I see myself as doing a lot of teaching and coaching, and I want to be able to work with people on this higher level, right? Then recently I tore my bicep, and so that was kind of a huge blow to me. Most of what I do is very physical. It seemed like it was all crashing down, right? It's really easy to be able to focus on the struggles and the negative things. It's much easier to, I guess, knock things down than to build things up. That the best investment you can make is in yourself. I knew I needed some guide to stay focused and keep mission-minded. Growing online is a really important way to do things. I can only do so much as a single person. And so being able to have a larger audience and just connect with more people online. It's still connecting people, but you can do a lot more, a lot faster. Courses like this, where it's fast-paced, it's organized, and the goal is about building something that's productive in the end, that you can measure with money. Like, money is a part of the course. Like, you should be earning money. You don't get that anywhere else. And so I feel like courses like these, with online component, extremely valuable, and I do think it's the way of education for the future.
That was Lee, and he was telling you a little bit about what was happening behind the scenes. Now I want you to go ahead and type in, what is the one thing you could teach someone that you could use what we call a lead magnet? So go ahead and type this in right now. I want to go. And Julian, you know, this is sometimes a tricky concept for people to understand, that they actually have intellectual property in their head. And if they just teach someone how to do something, first of all, it adds value to their life. It starts them with the customer journey, and they get that email, which is so crucial because that's where all the marketing's done. Am I going over people's head? Am I going too fast here?
No, not going. We've got some great ideas here in the chat. Let's start with Joshua. He says 5 tips to apply business analyst techniques to everyday living.
Okay, look, I like that a lot. Business analyst techniques to everyday living, cool. Again, as usual, and this is what I do with all my students in the Accelerator, I always want you to go even a little more micro. So maybe it's everyday living for vegans, or everyday living for parents, or everyday living for something like that. Maybe a little more specific, but I like it. 5 steps. That's a great lead magnet. If I saw that on my Twitter feed or my Facebook feed, I would click to that. I would go to your website. I'd give you my email address, and you can start the customer journey. So really good. I like that.
Sven says, turning destructive into serving habits.
Turning destructive into serving habits. Okay, I think there's something there. Again, maybe spice it up a little way and say the top 3 ways to change your destructive habits into amazing, incredible lifetime goals, or something like that. And I think you might have something. Again, the more micro you can go. So if it's destructive habits around alcohol abuse or self-hate or whatever, it might be better because you can attract that specific type of customer.
How about this for micro niche? Javid says, I could teach English to Azerbaijani students.
Okay, I like that, English to Azerbaijani students, but again, let's create a lead magnet, and it could say, learn English from Azerbaijani in 3 simple steps. And again, your lead magnet could tell them the 3 common mistakes that's made in your native language when it goes to English, maybe some examples of people that have made that change. So yeah, I think you're on the right track here.
A. Tondora says 5 rules and 6 minutes to daily feminine wellness.
Okay, cool. I like it. Again, 5 rules in 6 minutes. It lets me know it's fast, it's cheap, it's quick. So again, it's a lead magnet. It's a magnet for a reason. People should be attracted to it. They'll want to give you that email address, and then we can really start that entire funnel that gets people going. But you need the lead magnet, and it's good to start thinking, what value can you add to your customer? If that first experience starts off with a win, they're going to really want more from you. The first value you probably got from London Real was an episode like Bruce Lipton or Dorian Yates or Ido Portal, and you're like, wow, this is really a lot of value. Let me learn more about these people. If you start this relationship off right, it's going to be a great business.
And finally, Anna says, how to go vegan in 30 days.
Okay, I love it, right? Very good. Very simple. A lot of people are interested in this topic. And again, I think people are going to go there right away. And again, we could probably play with it inside the Business Accelerator, spice it up, maybe go in 3 days, you know, give them a faster thing, or maybe give them different options. But I really like that. You could also say it's for women or for kids, or how to teach your kids how to go vegan. And again, you start attracting a real concentrated group of people that you can specialize in a concept I called your 1,000 true fans that we teach inside the Accelerator. All right, cool. I'm going to keep this moving and get to part number 2. All right, so look, folks, we're moving fast here, but that's very important. The second part is called the online business cycle. Now, this is really crucial for people to understand. A lot of people think that you need capital investment, you need more money to put in your business, you need all sorts of things to generate a successful online business to 7 figures. But the truth is that you don't. What you can do is, if you strategize everything correctly, you can take the revenues you make from your first sales and invest that into a bigger audience. From there, you can create a new product and make more sales. And this is how you can really grow your business fast. It also holds you accountable to doing the right thing. Because if you screw up in a step or your product isn't liked by your audience, then right away you'll immediately know that you have to change things up. I meet people all the time that have millions of dollars in seed capital and they spend it the wrong way because they don't have a feedback loop telling them that this will work. London Real started with no audience and no product and no revenues. We built this entire process with no outside capital investment. That's the way all of my students build their business. I show them how to make the first $10,000, the first $100,000, and they invest that back into the business, and it spirals up and up until it becomes $1 million and $10 million. And I'd like to show you exactly how we do this over at the diagram here. So come over to the board, and I can share this with you. That's a beautiful looking piece right there. I like it. And I want to share with you something that I call your online business cycle. And again, this is a really interesting concept and one that's kind of tricky at first to understand. And we'll just call it here your business cycle. And of course, it really is a circular piece. And I'm going to show you a few things on the inside. And this applies to really any startup, any business, any podcast, any digital brand, anything that's starting from nothing. And I want to break it down for you. Everything begins, as we saw earlier, with an audience. If you don't have an audience, you have no potential customers. Again, what's the purpose of a business? To create a customer, to solve a problem and exchange money for doing that service. Really important concept. So all businesses start with an audience. The intelligent ones do what I'm about to show you now. They create a product. Very, very important. And from that product, they generate sales. These sales go back in to increasing the audience. And this is a really crucial part, and you can see this diagram on the screen. This is your online business cycle, and it goes from audience to product to sales, and you can see that that goes right back into the audience. And I want to give you an example of London Real doing exactly that. And this is exactly the business cycle. And we're going to go ahead and put online here because that's exactly what we're doing here. And let's talk about an example of this. When London Real started, we had nothing. So I started broadcasting our podcast. I started posting on social media. I started writing blogs. I started putting little short clips of video to add value to people. I started building the audience on social media, and we started from zero. But that wasn't enough. If I had just done that, I'd be the person with 100,000 Instagram followers that still lives with mom. So we created a product. Our first product at London Real was the London Real Academy. And some of you early timers will know that you started enjoying that product. It was a $99 product, and it gave you 90 days worth of access to premium content, free webinar videos, success secrets, and a community of people that were just like you. But I didn't take all that money and go and buy the first Lamborghini. We took this, and I believe we made, at first, I think the first amount of money we made was $10,000, and then I think it went up to $100,000. And we took this, and we took this sales that was about $100,000, and we invested it back into our audience. How did we do that? Well, we built a brand new studio. We had the beautiful chairs come in, Winston the dog, we had brand new lighting, and this brought us a brand new audience. I think it tripled our audience at the time because they saw incredible content, brand new cameras, new video editing. We hired a video editor. We invested all of this sales back into a bigger audience. What did we do next? We continued the cycle, and next we created something we called the Business Accelerator. And this was our first 8-week accountability course. And the very first Business Accelerator we sold for $2,000. We sold 10 of them, and we got $20,000 in sales. What did we do with that money? We didn't go spend it on a night out. We invested that back in for a bigger audience. What did we do next? Well, before we had started with just a podcast, right? Then we made a better studio. Now what did we do next? We invested in making movies. We made a movie with Dorian Yates, the movie with Ido Portal. We flew to Israel. We spent all that money there. Dan Pena went up to the castle in Scotland. And this year, I ran the Ironman race on 100% plant-based diet with John Joseph. We made more movies, which rapidly increased our audience even bigger. What did we do next? Sit on our laurels? No. We continued the cycle, and we started creating more products. We created Speak to Inspire, our public speaking course. We created Broadcast Yourself, teaching you how to create your own podcast in 8 weeks. And we created the Life Accelerator, which starts in January, which is 18 high-performance habits. These are all premium online accountability courses. This started bringing in millions of dollars of revenue. And what did we do with that? What are we doing right now? We're investing it back into our audience. Every single piece of our revenues goes back into audience, more product creation, which is more sales, which goes back in the audience. This becomes a flywheel, and it starts going faster and faster and faster. And that's why you don't need any outside investment to grow your business. I would argue you don't deserve it. If you can't build an audience on your own ideas and passion, if you can't create products, use that revenue to increase your audience, then you don't have a brand. You don't have something that people relate to, and you need to change things up to prove that this works. This is why London Real is unstoppable, and this is why my students have gone on to create million-dollar businesses with no investment whatsoever. This is how our students can make $20,000 and $30,000 during the course because of this flywheel effect, and it's a really, really important concept to understand and one that you can use really well. So, for the purpose of this exercise, I want you to do exactly this. I want you to pretend like you're London Real and you've just created your own online accountability course and you just made your first $20,000. And I still remember when that money came in, and we've since increased the price of the course because, you know, it's an amazing course. And we took that $20,000 and we invested it in London Real. And I want you to take this $20,000 right now and invest it in your business. What would you do? Would you hire someone? Would you build a website? Would you create marketing materials? What would you do with that $20,000 in order to build your audience? That's my exercise for you. I expect every single one of you to give me an answer. There's no wrong answers here, except maybe going out to dinner with this. Use something to build your audience. And again, type that in the chat right now. I want to hear your ideas. And while you're doing that, I want to share with you one of my students. His name is Jonathan Rainey. He's a Royal Marine here in England. And he took our course because he saw his career in the military coming to an end. And he was really scared about what he was going to do next. He's like, Brian, this is my whole life. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I don't want to work at Starbucks. I want to do something I'm passionate about. He saw the Business Accelerator and he pulled the trigger. He said, I know these guys. I've watched them go from nothing to something incredible, and I want to learn from them. And what he decided was he was going to focus on his passion for personal training and helping people get healthy and fit. And here is Jonathan's story.
I improve people's lives through health and fitness, but I also currently still have a full-time job in the Royal Marines. It was probably about 2 years ago that I knew that the career I was in, it wasn't for me anymore. There's something else that I should be doing. It was in front of me, but I just had the fear and I just couldn't see it. And there came a point where I was looking at myself in the mirror and I basically said, why am I on this planet? What am I doing here? I want people to be healthy before they're fit, because they're two completely different things. If you really do hustle and you fight the resistance and you put the effort in and the energy in, it will work. I did another webinar, I had 25 people on it, sold a product. 2 days later, did a bit more hustling, didn't do a webinar, but I sold 3 products in one day, and now I'm up to 10 sales. So Proof's in the pudding. I was never one to really express and tell people and teach people what I know. There's so many people out there that have such great ideas and they can bring so much value to humanity, and they don't because they're scared of the fear of what people will think, the fear of failure. But you can look at failure in two ways. You can call it failure, or you can call it an experience. And throughout my career and my life, I've always called it an experience and not failure, and that's how I'm doing and applying it to my business as well. I guarantee everyone watching this now, they're watching it for a reason, because they know there's something else out there that they can give. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, get out there and put the work in.
I love Jonathan's story, and actually when he was here at London Real Studios, sitting in the leather chair and talking to me, he gave me this gold coin that usually is reserved for giving to other soldiers, and it just, the Business Accelerator really moved him. It really changed his life. It put him on the path to build this incredible business, to have the lifestyle he wants, and to give him the security and freedom to have a career after the military. And the people's lives that we changed always really affect me personally, and Jonathan did. I still have the coin in my desk, and yeah, it's really a special story. So I want you to tell me now, what would you do with that $20,000 that you're gonna make? You could make this actually in December. This is usually when all of our students make the money on the course. Very easily, you could have this $20,000 in your bank. So I want you to think now, what would you do with these revenues in order to build your business? There's no wrong answers. I expect an answer from everyone to type it in, or I'm throwing you off this masterclass. Julian, these people aren't going to Vegas, are they? They're not going to the Gentlemen's Club. What are they doing with this money?
Ernst Dupont, who's on our Speak to Inspire course, says website, book, transport bus, amplifiers, instruments, and a sound mixer. So he's really going for equipment and transport.
Wow, okay, so Ernst pulled the trigger on our Speak to Inspire course. Again, a paid price to action. He put skin in the game. We're working on his public speaking now. Sounds like he really wants to invest in the hardware so he can create quality video and audio content, right? Mm-hmm. And did he say website as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. So these are all good choices. The truth is these days, QVCA, right? What's Q? Quality. You have to have a decent microphone, a decent camera these days if you want to step above the rest. Back in the day, you could have bad audio and some bad visuals. These days, you can't. So I like those investments. The website is good, but again, make sure the website has a reason. On the third week of the Business Accelerator, everybody redoes their entire websites. People throw away websites they spent $4,000 on because ours does one thing. It converts traffic into an email address that then becomes a customer that generates revenue. So if you're going to invest in your website, don't pay some web developer $5,000 to make a pretty picture of you and an About Us section. This thing needs to have a lead magnet that generates an email. All right, so great answer.
Melinda, who wanted to teach those mobile engineering techniques and also potentially build an app, she says, I did have $20,000 last year. I invested it into renting a small office and applying software developers to help me produce a product.
Okay, good. Melinda, did that work out for you? I want to know. And I don't think that's a bad investment at all. London Real World headquarters here, it's this massive, massive space. It's absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and it's been a great investment for us because it allows us to do so many things here, have so many people here, which is really important. Again, investing in a team is crucial. A lot of people say, Brian, why is $100,000 something you always talk about for the business? Well, first of all, it's much easier than you think. Like I said, people on the course make $20,000 and $30,000, so another 4 weeks and they'll be to 100. But $100,000 is when you can really justify your first hire. And when you do that, you really start scaling. When you're just one person, you're really doing everything yourself, you're busy all the time, and you can never get to the next level. So I like this answer. I think you're thinking in the right way. Hire your first employee as soon as possible. Our first employee is standing right next to me, Mr. Julian Bales, and when he came on, everything took off. When I was doing it alone, nothing took off. There's a correlation there. Yes.
Martin says social media campaign.
Okay, social media campaign is good. Now you can do a lot of this yourself. QVCA, 50-50 rule. Remember, 50% creation, 50% promotion. Don't get stuck in your social media. We teach all the social media basics in week 4 of the Business Accelerator. I teach you the 5 platforms you must be on: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And the other platforms you don't really need to be on. Leave Snapchat alone. Leave it for the kids. It's a waste of your time. And I teach you only to use maybe 2 hours a week on this. Remember, we are producers of social media, not consumers of social media. The final thing is, don't hire some agency. Most of these people have no idea what they're doing. We are probably some of the most experienced people in social media in the entire country here because we do it every day. There's a lot of people that write books that don't do it every day. We have 100 million people that have watched our stuff. It's because we know how to create social media. I'm going to teach you the right way to do it so it doesn't consume you and you don't forget about the business.
Sounds good.
That's it? Okay, cool. Let me keep this moving here, folks, because I want to get to part 3. This is probably the most important part of the entire masterclass. Pay attention. This is like Neo and the Matrix. Once you see this, you will see this in all businesses. You will look at your own business different, and this will literally, this one point can help you create millions of dollars over the course of your life. It did for me here at London Real. And I'll always be thankful for knowing this. So I want to introduce this concept of what I call your end-to-end ecosystem. If you know this before you start your business, you have a chance of 10xing your revenues. If you don't, you will continue to make the mistakes. You will struggle. You'll be like one of these entrepreneurs that hustle all the time and grind all the time and suffer. I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be someone that's proud of your business, that you can have 20 people working for you and you can make a maximum impact. So remember, a business is not one product. Let me say that again. A business is not one product. I know we had Melinda earlier talking about an app. Some people want to launch a book. Some people want to launch an ab roller and they think I'm just going to sell 10,000 of those and I'll be rich. And the truth is that doesn't happen because you must understand your end-to-end ecosystem. And let's go to the board right now. And I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. And again, this concept is going to be a little hard at first, but stay with me here because this can change your game. It can literally take you from working in a job you hate to having a real online business that generates revenue that'll blow your mind. Again, if you can make $20,000 in 8 weeks on my course, times 6, you're already over the $100,000 mark. You should be able to quit your job and hire your first employee. So let's talk about what I call your end-to-end ecosystem, or end-to-end eco for short. All right? And again, it looks something like this, and we have 4 pieces. All right? This is very, very important, so pay attention here. All right? Again, every company has products of multiple price points. And until you understand this, you will never be successful as a business. If you don't have all of these, you will struggle. And if you look at any successful business, they have all of these price points. And I'm going to go through them right now. The first one is free product. And I'll get to this in just one second. The next is what I call low-cost products. The next is what we call the prime offering. And finally, I have what I call the back end. This is an important concept, and let me talk about it right now. Every single successful business out there has products of these price points. They sell free product. They have low-cost product, prime, and the back end. And let me take an example that you all might know. And one is called the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC, the cage fighting organization that has the mixed martial arts like Conor McGregor. But the UFC has an incredible business model when it comes to this. They have free product, low-cost product, and prime offering. Let's talk about the UFC's offerings and what they do. So the UFC is one of our business models. First of all, they provide free fights on Fox television in America. And for free, you can go to television and you can watch people fight in mixed martial arts. You can learn about the brands. You can start to get to know the athletes. And for free, you can consume what the brand wants. That is the UFC's free product. Step 1. Step 2 comes with low-cost product. So the UFC says, I'm going to have a pay-per-view. This weekend, it's Khabib versus Conor. I'm going to charge you $59 for that, and you can watch an incredible fight, a title fight, one of the greatest fighters in the world, Conor McGregor, and you can watch all of that from the privacy and comfort of your own home for $59. That's what I call a low-cost product, all right? But the UFC isn't finished because it can't live on free product. That would bring in 0 revenues. It can't sell as many pay-per-views as possible because there's only so many people in the world. So what do? Well, they have another price product. It's called their prime offering. You can fly to Las Vegas and you can sit ringside and watch Conor McGregor's sweat come flying off his head and land on your face if you want. You can sit in the stands and watch this incredible feat. And if you're willing to pay between $1,000 and $5,000, you can have a seat, and that is the UFC's prime offering. So again, the free product is 0. The low-cost product is from $27 to $99. The prime offering is from $1,000 to $5,000. And finally, there's what's next. Something behind the scenes. For the UFC, they have a company called Reebok. Why is that important? Reebok is on all of the clothes of all of the athletes. What do they pay the UFC? Rumors are it's $10 million. What else? The UFC sells all of this content to someone online. It's called ESPN. They pay themselves another huge chunks of money. The back end is where there's a lot of money to be made, and for them, it's Reebok and ESPN. This is what I call a proper end-to-end ecosystem. Let me talk about this. Without these elements, you will not have a business. And you can see these going up here, your free product, your low cost, your prime, and your back end, which the money can get really interesting. Let me tell you this, without a free product, you've never heard of the UFC because you've never seen their free product. The first time you hear about it, they say, would you like to buy a pay-per-view? Pay-per-view of what? I like boxing. I don't know what you're talking about. No thanks. It doesn't work without that. What if they don't have a low-cost product? Okay, you see the fights on free. Do you want to fly to Vegas and spend $5,000? No, not yet. I don't really care that much about the brand because there's no low-cost product, so it won't exist without that. Finally, without the prime offering, without that ticket gate, those millions of dollars in Vegas, we're not going to be able to support the company on free product or low-cost product. And we're not going to have the Reebok deal if I can't fit people in the stadiums. It has to have the prime offering. And finally, without the back-end offer for this business, you're going to miss a chunk of revenue. Can you see now how this business exists with an end-to-end ecosystem? And every other business is like it, including your business, including London Real, including Jocko Willink, including Gary Vaynerchuk, including everything. Let's look about Jocko Willink, U.S. Navy SEAL, great personal brand. What does Jocko do? Free products. Podcast, Jocko Podcast. I'm a huge fan. I listen to it every week. It's for free. It lets me know who Jocko is and what he stands for. I like it. What's next? Low-cost product. I can buy his book, Extreme Ownership. I can buy one of his gis from Origin. I can buy Jocko White Tea. He's got all sorts of products, low cost. What's next? I can come to one of his annual musters that he holds around the country. It's a live event. I can meet Jocko. I can learn more. Costs between $1,000 and $5,000. And finally, what's on the back end? Jocko has something called Echelon Front. It's a consultant services for businesses. Jocko flies around the world and charges you chunks of money to figure your business out. This is a perfect end-to-end ecosystem. Pay attention if you're out there. If you're a personal brand, this is how you do it. Jocko knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he's got one of the most successful businesses in the world. We've had him on London Real twice. I'm a big fan of Jocko Willink. And guess who else does this? London Real. Free product. What is it? Tell me, what is it? It's the episodes of London Real every single week, all of our content. Low-cost product, what is it? The Tribe is our low-cost product, and the Academy. You pay a low cost, you come in, you're like, wow, these guys are amazing. They're delivering amazing content. They're teaching me how to speak my business, but I want more. I really want a business that generates revenue. I want to learn how to speak publicly. I want a podcast in 8 weeks. I want high-performance habits in my lifestyle. Guess what? Prime offering. I got 4 different products here. I got an inner circle as well. You can pay for these, and what's on the back end? Well, we got a few things behind the scenes where we consult with businesses and teach them about their online media presence. That's where we make money back here. This is an end-to-end ecosystem. So I've just dropped this incredible science on you. Hopefully this has blown your mind. You'll see this in Coca-Cola, in BMW, in every major brand. Even Apple Computer has this end-to-end ecosystem. Once you see this, you can't go back. Once you see this, you can create $1 million business, period. Just stick to the fundamentals and that's what's going to happen. So, for your exercise right now, I want you to tell me this. What is the first online course or live event that you could do with your audience? Just tell me what it could be. I'm going to teach people how to do this and this and this. I'm going to have a weekend retreat where I'm going to teach you yoga and breathing exercises. I'm going to sell a digital course to your corporation that's going to teach you how to design your online app that later I will actually build for you. Do you see what I'm doing here? Sometimes these courses can set them up for further consultancy revenues for your business. I want you to think about that right now. Type something in. I'm going to teach them how to do this. I'm going to have a live event. I'm going to show this. This is where you're actually teaching your intellectual property. So while you're typing that, and again, I expect something from every single one of you out there. I'm going crazy up here. I expect you to do the same. I'm going to share with you a story of one of my Business Accelerator graduates. Her name is Salila Sukuman, and she sold 15 courses for $1,200 each within 4 months of the end of the Business Accelerator. She made herself $18,000. Salila is absolutely incredible. She used all of the fundamentals from this course, my mentorship, and the accountability, and she is crushing it in business. Here is Salila's story.
Till October 2015, I did not do anything much that really made a huge difference in my life or in anybody else's lives. I was a sales manager. I started out as a chef. It left me very unsatisfied with what I was offering to the world, and I knew there was something more. Ayurveda became a passion. It's meditation, it's massages, it's herbal medicines. It's a sort of a cleansing, and it's one of the most intense cleansings that's available. So it's like ayahuasca, but 10 times more. I'm transforming lives by helping people go deeper, more spiritual, so they're connected to themselves. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're sitting and chanting or praying or something, but just connected to their own knowing and intuition and living life from there, from that point. My vision for my business is that I'm self-sufficient. I'm making at least 100,000 from this. And my vision for the people I support back home in Kerala, India is that because of me, these lineages are thriving and they have access to a new client base, which are Americans.
You have to bridge that gap over the Atlantic. Right?
Over the Atlantic, yeah. Yes.
I love Salila's story because she just went in there, she went into her fears, and she made this happen. Now she's got the revenue to do anything she wants. It's an incredible journey. Right now, I want you to tell me, and type here in the chat, what is something you could sell for real money? This is an online course, this is a live event where you could get your first revenues. It could be thousands as a ticket price, it could be less, but it's something you teach people to get them to the next level. And that's what I want you to type in here. Mr. Bales, I wonder how people feel about this. You know, this whole end-to-end ecosystem, I mean, the first time I saw it, it blew my mind. So I don't know how people are responding, but it really is this simple. People don't think it. People are like, oh yeah, but I'm not this, or but I'm not this. Once you understand this, it's just about execution, and you can literally have the revenue.
Couple of good questions on this. Melinda's asking about the audience. Does it have to be the same audience for the low-cost product and the prime product?
Great question. So yes, it is the same audience. You're really talking to people that like what you do in what I call your micro niche. And this is something we talk about in Module 2 of the Business Accelerator. And that's when you try to identify what we call your 1,000 true fans, 1,000 people in the world that love what you do and will buy anything you do. So that could be a business owner that wants to develop an app. It could be a young student that wants to learn math. It could be someone who wants to learn about specialized coffee. That is your audience. Then you get them the free product, which they love and consume. Then they buy the low-cost product, which they love and consume, and then they buy your prime offer. So it's all the same audience. You're just stepping them up to different price points.
And Kay's asking, why is there such a huge gap in price between the low cost and the prime offering?
The great question is this, is that you don't want 10 different products. It's too complicated. You don't have the time and effort to do that. You want different buy-ins at different price points. So free, everyone can consume it. It's out there, it's shareable. There's no barrier to entry. Low cost means they have to pull out their credit card, which means they're making a conscious decision to really give you something of value. First of all, it shows you that you're in the right spot, because there's money involved. It's not like they're liking or sharing your video. It's a very important test point, but you're not asking them for $1,000 they never met you before. So that's priced for a specific reason. The next price point is really to get a chunk of revenue in. You can't exist without the prime offering. Most people never charge the prime offer. They try to sell 10,000 of their low-cost product. I tried this too, it doesn't work. With 10,000 customers, you have customer service problems, you have hassles, it never works. That's what struggling people do. You have to step up and offer that $2,000 or $3,000 product, and that's the hardest thing for my graduates to do. You know, Julian, in week 8, I push them to do it, and that's when they go from $2,000 or $3,000 of revenue to 30,000. They never believe they can do it. The truth is that the prime offer is just more of your low-cost product. It's more accountability, more information, maybe a live event. That's all it is. And once you have the confidence to sell something for $3,000, your whole life changes, and that's the biggest thing I can do for you as a mentor to get you to the next level.
Cohen says, I will teach people who are struggling with Shopify how to make more sales.
Okay, cool. I like this. You know, right away, it's a micro niche, right? It's people struggling with Shopify, not people struggling with e-commerce. So it's a very narrow group of people. We know it's popular. We know there's money involved as well. So people that specialize in sales, I would, of course, argue to go a little more micro, right? Stick to something, whether it's the athletic industry, the food industry, the plant-based diet, because you can talk their language, you can talk about their problems, so that works. That can be a low-cost online course, or that could be a live event, a 2-day, or it could be a 6 or 8 week online accountability course that gets them big chunks of revenue. That works, and that's the way everyone should be thinking here.
Huge back-end possibilities with that one as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's like lots of sponsors, lots of consulting you can do. The point with the back end is this, is once you specialize your IP and really start teaching great lessons in free product, low cost, and prime, you have a knowledge base that you can then sell to other people. And that's really, really an important step.
This one sounds perfect for a prime product. Alexander says, teaching how to learn a programming language in 8 hours.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Learn a programming language at 8 hours. I think that's really effective for business. Again, I like it. Maybe even specialize a little bit more in a certain type of language or for a certain type of field, but I like it. You could also do the digital version too, get somewhere in 60 minutes, and then the prime offering could be more than that. Again, all you have to do is identify those 1,000 true fans in the world that are willing to pay thousands of dollars because they need your specialized knowledge. We have the beauty of social media, which connects us to 2.5 billion people. If you use it the right way, which I can teach you how to do, you'll get the right leads back to your website, you'll convert them to email addresses, you'll go into that webinar, and you'll sell. This is exactly what we do on our 8-week online accountability course, and we get results from every student across the world in every country, in all sorts of disciplines, male, female, 14-year-old to 85-year-old, because this is just a method, and once you put it in place, it will work for your business.
And Anna, who was looking to show people how to go vegan in 30 days, says, I will show people how to prepare delicious dairy-free cheese substitutions.
Yeah, cool. I like that. You know, I'm a big fan of Rich Roll, and his wife has that cookbook, Your Cheese is Nuts. Last night, I was eating some cashew cheese with my stuff. I'm a big fan. This is what I'm talking about, a great micro niche. Don't just go for the vegan plant-based. Everyone and their mother's doing that now. Go into the cheese. Most people don't know you can make some damn good cheese with the nuts. So go into that, specialize in that, show people how to do it. Show people how to teach that. Later, this is a great concept of the back end, you can go into restaurants and consult with them and teach them how to put those plant-based cheese products into their menu that will get them whole new client bases. You see what I'm talking about here? You can use that same knowledge for free product, same knowledge for a low-cost product, same knowledge to teach people who want to transform their diets and say a live event, the same knowledge to teach a corporation or a restaurant chain how to completely revamp their thing. That's what I'm talking about here. That's the end-to-end ecosystem, and that's why anybody can pull the trigger on this and make money in 8 weeks.
Talking about pulling the trigger, Sebastian's got a great question here. He says, when should you start selling things only when your free offering is big enough?
So that's a great question. The truth is you want to start selling things as soon as possible. Most people wait, they're not ready, and Julian and I, we struggled with the same thing 4 years ago. We had this amazing audience with London Real, and we just were unsure. We were insecure about charging money, and we didn't think people would like it. They thought they might not like us. People have been begging for this for years. They said, what took you guys so long? The truth is in our course, people start, a lot of people here have no business idea, or they have an idea, no business. We get them selling products in 6 weeks, right? We get them building their social media audience in 2 weeks. Now is the time. Now. Pull the trigger, minimum viable product. Guess what? You can change the product later. Constantly. We're constantly updating our products, making new products. The biggest problem you have is procrastination, right? Most of you have been thinking about this business idea for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You should have pulled the trigger 3 years ago. The next best time to pull the trigger is now. All right? Good. I'm going to finish this thing out. So folks, look, I've taught you about 3 incredible strategies on how to go from 0 to 7 figures in your online business. The truth is, I can get anybody from 0 to 10,000 with these principles. If you follow my system, you use my mentorship, and you use my accountability system. Because the truth is, folks, the opportunity to start a new business online has never been so good. Technology has made everything easier and free. People say, Brian, what do I have to invest to do this? 0. You have to invest 0 because it's never been simpler to publish video, audio, and blogs, websites. I can teach you how to create this landing page in hours, and you can market directly through social media to 2.5 billion people in the world. You just need to find the right idea and do the work. And you always need to remember that this isn't going to be like this forever. In 6 months' time or a year from now, someone's going to come up with the vegan cheese idea. Someone's going to come with the online market, and they're going to take the slot that you should take right now. This is a land grab, folks. You got to grab the real estate now. We own online long-form conversations in London. Nobody can touch us now because we moved early. If you wait 6 months or even 3 months sometimes, someone will grab it first. This is the time to stake your claim on this territory. Now, you can do this the simple way or you can do this the complex way. One way to do it is to try to do it on your own. You can watch another video. You can listen to another podcast. You can buy another book online about how to start a business. But we know all how that works. What happens is you don't know what to do. You listen to this expert and then you try this and you go to this masterclass and your brain is fried and you've wasted your time and your money. Or what you could do is you could try to do it on your own, but what happens when it gets hard? What happens when you have a 12-hour day at work? What happens when your kids need you, or your wife or your husband or your significant other says you're doing too much? You have to quit. What happens when you get sick? You're going to stop this process and you won't get to the next level. What's another option? Well, you could go to a business school like Harvard or Stanford or an online business school. You could spend up to $50,000 to learn business. What's wrong with that? Well, they teach it the old school way. I went to the MIT Sloan School of Business and I learned all sorts of things about business. None of it applies to making money in the digital age because it's outdated concepts. That won't work either. But there is one final option, and that is the London Real Business Accelerator. And this is absolutely incredible because it's the very first online accountability course in the world for launching a successful business from scratch. In it, you will discover the systems, the strategies, and the tactics that I used to build a 7-figure business doing what I love. Let me repeat that, doing what I love. And I'm going to show you how to turn your passion into a business. I'm going to take you from no idea to launching a lucrative business that gives you the freedom to work from anywhere. And I will show it to you and work closely with you over 16 hours of live calls just like this and accountability. I've graduated over 1,000 students with this system. Some of them have built million-dollar businesses. And the whole course revolves and stands on 3 major pillars. These are strategy, community, and accountability. Let me talk about the strategy. It revolves on 8 modules that happen over 8 weeks. Let me show you what they are. Module 1, which I think you're going to see right here, is bulletproof your business idea. Here, I'm going to show you 3 stages to finding the right idea. I'm going to teach you about your 1-minute pitch mastery to where you can convey your idea to anyone. And I'm going to teach you the 3 entrepreneur mindsets that are going to set you up for the rest of the course. Week 2, I'm going to show you how to find your micro niche. Now, you're going to position yourself to win in high potential market niches. You're going to learn to outsmart your competitors. You're going to understand the psychology of your customer. Then comes week 3. Now, I'm going to teach you how to build your high performance website. Yes, folks, in a matter of hours, you're going to create a stunning website the easy way. You're going to learn how to craft compelling site copy, and you're going to learn the strategies on how to capture and nurture email leads. But we're not done, folks. Now it's time to rock the social media. You're going to make your content. You're going to produce a 3-part video series using London Real film techniques. You're going to install your automated sales machine. You're going to learn how to craft blogs like a best-selling author. And then comes week 5 where we're going to post all of this on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm going to teach you the art of social media. And folks, it is an art. It's a result-driven approach to your channels. I'm going to show you how to become an online authority in your market. And I'm going to show you London Real tested strategies for automating your social media. Week 6 is when we create your low-cost digital product. Yes, folks, for $27 to $99, I'm going to show you the product success path. You're going to define your customer's desired reality. I'm going to show you step-by-step guidelines on how to productize your knowledge, and you're going to design what I call your minimum viable product, and we're going to sell it now in week 7. It's true, folks. You're going to be on your very own webinar. You're going to sell your product. I'm going to show you how to sell without being salesy. I'm going to show you how to present your very first online webinar, and you're going to master the secrets to closing the sale. And finally, on week 8, folks, congratulations. You just launched your business. Here, I'm going to teach you how to fit all the pieces into one powerful revenue-generating machine. You're going to identify and track the key metrics for scaling your business, and you're going to create a fail-proof blueprint on your next 12 months to make your first $1 million. Folks, the link is here in the chat if you want to pull the trigger now and join this. But I want to talk to you about a few successful students. The first one is Roger Frampton, and he had his business idea as a movement coach. His niche was overworked couples in creative industries and finance sectors between 40 and 50 years old that want to remain strong, mobile, and flexible. His first product was called Bulletproof Your Body for $99. Then he created something called the Hero's Journey for $3,997. He sold 112 products during the course. In 8 weeks, he made $21,505. But it wasn't just him. Next on the same course was Virginia Zarnacki. Her business was performance coach, and her target market was middle-aged moms between 38 and 40 years old. 48 years old. Here is her website. Virginia is a former lawyer who decided she wanted to do what she loved, and she went into personal trainer. Her first digital course was called the Kickstarter for $27. Next, she taught people for $3,000 online accountability. She sold 56 products in 8 weeks and made $28,500. $5. You can find these people on Twitter, on Instagram. You can go to their sites. You can buy their products. They are real and they are crushing it. Virginia told me on a call last week that she's projected to make $2.5 million this year. This is no joke. She's so empowered by this process. But folks, it's not just about strategy. It's also about community. Because the truth is, you will not be alone on this journey. You're going to move together with 100 people around the globe that are high-performance people that have pulled the trigger tonight, that have paid the price to action to go in for 8 weeks and get a revenue-generating business. These people are tired of the status quo. They're tired of working jobs they hate. They want to take financial control over their life and live their passion. You're going to be traveling through each module with this group. You're going to meet these people who become your friends, your business partners, your investors, and your collaborators for life. And you will all come together for an optional ceremony here in London. And this is a picture of me at one of our graduation ceremonies. And again, it's this incredible thing we do. Again, it's optional, but we ask people, if you want, you can come to London and meet this incredible people. And this is just one of our many graduation ceremonies. But you know, it's not just about the community. We also have the third pillar, which is accountability. This is what makes us different than anything out there. And I'll take the Pepsi challenge against anything sold online because my results speak for themselves. 96% of my students graduate. The average online is 5%. Most people that buy a book and buy an online course never get past chapter 1. Most of my students graduate with revenues, and that's what I'm talking about here, folks, because I have something called triple tiered accountability, and that is 3 things. The first is 16 hours of live calls. We are on the phone with you live every single week, talking to you, pushing you, hearing your feedback, getting the best out of you. Second of all, you have something called the accountability doc. Every single one of your assignments is tracked and shown to the entire class. If you're messing up, it's obvious, and we get you to do the work. And finally, I have 24/7 support with my email and Facebook group to my entire team. We're there to get you across the goal line no matter what the problem is. And folks, we have it set up like this. On Tuesdays and Sundays, we have live calls at 7 o'clock London time. Tuesday is the keynote call. Sunday is the workshop call, and you will have a revenue-generating business. That is what I'm here to promise you. No more mediocrity. No more complaining about your boss. No more doing work you hate. No more living paycheck to paycheck. No more excuses. If you want to pull the trigger with me tonight, then step up and do it. Stop telling yourself you're going to do this later. Stop lying to yourself. Let's build a business together. But if you pull the trigger tonight, I've got some bonuses for you because I want to make this happen. Free bonus number 1 is called Accelerate Your Year. Here, I want to take your business to the next level by going behind the scenes to teach you how to take your business from 6 to 7 figures. I want you to understand your end-to-end ecosystem even further. I want to show you how to optimize your online funnel, and I'm going to teach you A/B testing strategies for maximizing your efforts. That's a $497 value, yours free tonight. But there's more. Bonus number 2 is our entire London Real library. Everything I'm going to give you. This includes how-to tutorials for every step of your business journey. Next, exact word-for-word scripts and templates. And finally, case studies and extra study material that'll help give your business to the next level. Again, $497 value tonight, yours for free. And finally, I have the fast action bonus for you being here towards the end of this masterclass. This is Facebook Ad Mastery. We spend between $20,000 and $30,000 every month on Facebook. We know how to use it. We also know how you can waste your money. This is a $497 value, yours for free tonight. And if you pull the trigger and pay in full, I have 2 amazing bonuses for you for that. The first is Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. This is a live event I held with 30 high-level entrepreneurs that flew in from around the world. We even had a billionaire in the room. And this is 6 hours of video of Dan Pena, the $50 billion man, blasting, pushing people to get to the next level. On the back of this incredible one-day event, I had people that started a $100 million company. I have people that gave their first TED Talk. People took themselves to the next level. This is a $2,000 value, yours free tonight if you pay in full. And next, I am giving you a live video kickoff call with me before the course starts on October 15th. We can brainstorm on your business idea. I can give you direct feedback. That's a $997 value, yours free tonight if you pull the trigger and pay in full. So let me give you a key recap of all of the total value of this course, and I'll show it to you now. This is everything here, which is 8 hours of on-demand video training, I'm giving you bonus 1, accelerate your year plan. Bonus 2, the London Real Library. The fast action bonus, Facebook ad mastery. I'm giving you Dan Pena live at the Ritz, the live video kickoff call, 16 hours of live video calls, 24/7 email support for 8 weeks, lifetime access to course workbooks and community, and of course the Business Accelerator graduation ticket in London, which is yours free. All of that is yours. That's $23,350. I'm prepared to give that to you tonight. And like I said, many of our students have made $20,000 and $30,000 during the course, and they've made all of that money. They've got all of this value, and all of this can be yours tonight for the simple and low amount of investment of $2,997. Folks, this money will easily come 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times in your life. And so if you pay in full tonight, you'll get the Dan Pena bonus, you get the live video cook-off call with me, $2,997. Click on the link and make it happen. Again, there's $20-some thousand worth of value. You can easily make 10 times that amount back if you follow the blueprint and trust me and take my mentorship. Also, for some of you that don't have that entire chunk of change, I put in a payment plan. You can get the first module, you can join the Facebook group and be on that very first live call. Also, I've got a premium point. You get your very own interview in the leather chair, the same chair sat in by Ido Portal and Dan Pena. You get your very own episode here in the studio during graduation. And for those special members, I've actually got 1 space left for the inner circle. This is for 6 months of personal mentoring after the course is over. When things get hard, when you want to go back to the old ways, I'm here to mentor you for 6 months and give you access to my special inner circle group of entrepreneurs. This is a small elite group of professionals from around the world that are busy building 7- and 8-figure businesses. I'm talking about taking your life to the next level, to really become a player. I'm talking about having enough money to really design your own lifestyle. Those are the payments tonight. And so what happens next? Well, you can click on the link. You will go to a page, you'll fill out the form, your name, your information, your email address, pull out the credit card, put in the 16 digits, take a big deep breath and hit and pull the trigger. Change your life, join me for this incredible adventure. But I want to tell you one more thing. If you join me tonight, if you trust me and trust the process, I promise that this is what you will create. You will create these things. You will launch your dream business in 8 weeks. You will achieve financial freedom. You will work from anywhere in the world. You will control your own hours. You will live your passion. And that is what I am here to promise you, folks. I am offering you personal mentorship. I am offering you a blueprint on exactly how 1,000 students have done this. I am offering you an accountability process where there's no more procrastination. There's no more excuses. I will get you across the goal line kicking and screaming if necessary and deliver you a revenue generating business based on your passions. That's what this is all about. Click on the link and make this happen. And now I would love to answer any kind of questions that people are asking. You know, Julian, a lot of people see this and they're just like, wow, this seems too good to be true. And to be honest, it is too good to be true. Nobody does this. That's why nobody does live masterclasses. Nobody does live video courses. Nobody puts the effort, the pain, the struggle, the blood, sweat, and tears that we do. I've got team leaders from around the world ready to go. I've got video modules. I've got live calls. I've got myself. I've got accountability. There's nothing like this out on the market. I'm telling you, Julian, next year I'm doubling the prices on this course. This is too cheap. This course should be sold for $10,000 or $15,000. People have told me later, Brian, you need to charge more for this course, and I'm going to do it. But right now, it's currently at this price. So what are people saying? Are there any questions?
Melinda is asking, can I do this while I still have a consulting job until the end of the year?
Definitely. I require 2 to 4 hours a week to build this business. Again, time is not going to be the problem. It's your own fear that's going to be the problem. People say, am I ready to start the product? Brian, I'm not ready to put myself on video. Brian, I don't have time to build my website. That's all excuses. That is your own, what I call your monkey brain, trying to keep you playing small. It's trying to keep you safe because it fears the unknown. I'm here to push you into the unknown. If you look at great business people like Elon Musk, did he let his fears get to him when he created PayPal or Tesla or SpaceX? What about Richard Branson when he created Virgin? Did he let his self-doubt and his procrastination, oh, I've got to wait? No, he pulled the trigger. And so I'm here to tell you, if you trust me in the process, I need 2 to 4 hours a week. In fact, Melinda, I would guarantee you're going to have more business within 2 weeks of starting this course than you do right now, because I'm going to get you out there as a personal profile. People are going to see you recording videos, being a key person of influence in your space. Now is the time to pull the trigger. You're going to make this money back like that. I've seen it happen so many times, but you have to make it happen. I can't come into your house right now and pull out your credit card and punch in the digits. But again, trust me and trust this process, and let's get this started.
Vegan Anna says, Brian, it's like you're talking to my soul right now. Thank you for being.
I like it, Vegan Anna, but I need you to pull the trigger because the soul inside wants to play small. And a lot of you say, oh, think about it, Brian. There's nothing to think about. The time to pull the trigger is now. Now is the time. If you're on this call live with me, the universe is telling you something. I do believe in the law of attraction to a certain extent. You're here. This is the closest you're ever going to be to financial freedom. If you wait even an hour, a day, or a week, you're going to go deeper down in the hole, in the rut. What is it? Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is repeating the same action, expecting a different result. How are you going to build a business on your own or listening to those books and podcasts, procrastinating? Now is the time to action. I'm giving you low levels of entry. I'm giving you a money-back guarantee. Pull the trigger and let's do this together.
Speaking of pulling the trigger, the first to do so.
Uh-oh, what's that in your hand and what are you about to do?
This is the stick for the gong and I'm about to hit it. Sounds good.
And what is the gong for and what does it signify, Mr. Sales?
The gong is for people who have pulled the trigger, and the first to do so is Ruth Pucci in the US.
Ruth Pucci, one of my fellow Yanks. Look, you just pulled the trigger, which is something that hundreds of people here were just too scared to do. They're thinking it. I always say, don't overthink it. Or as Dan Pena would say, don't spreadsheet it to death. Go with your gut. Does this feel right? Yes, it does. Will these guys deliver value? Yes, they will. Will I have a business? Yes, I will. Maybe for the first time in your life. Thank you for pulling the trigger. Again, life all comes down to a few moments. This is one of them. Fortune favors the brave, but you got to be sick and tired. You got to be tired of the same old thing, the same old job, struggling for money and all that, and then you pull the trigger and come in. So I'm really happy you did that. Welcome to the tribe. You're going to be joining the private Facebook group full of winners and trigger pullers, not full of tourists like the workshop group. These are people that are willing to pay price to action. And you know, Julian, people always say, Brian, why do you have to charge money for these courses? Why can't you give them away for free? And you remember about 3.5 years ago, we used to teach all of this for free. We used to give all of these lessons. I taught this entire course for free. Do you know what happens? Do you know how many people graduated? A total of 0. Because what happened in week 3 and week 4, people started letting their excuses get to them, their insecurities get to them, their dog ate their homework, their kid got sick, they got a cold, they got stressed at work, and they stopped taking action. When I charge you money, I know you have skin in the game and it's worth my time to invest in you. And this is the sweet spot. When I charge too much money, I didn't get enough students and enough impact. When we charge this amount, I get people to get results. And I always say, Julian, if I hadn't charged my students the $3,000 and the $5,000 products, they would have never built the $1 million businesses because they had something on the line and they couldn't quit. So that's why we're doing it.
We have Heidi who says, I joined yesterday and I'm pumped, can't wait to get started.
I love it, Heidi. Look, Heidi, you joined, you pulled the trigger. And so again, you deserve all of this success. Heidi, a lot of people say that as soon as they put the credit card in and push the button, they already feel a change. They feel a shift in their lives as if they're going to a new level where it's no longer my excuses and my victim and, oh, I don't have the money and I don't have this and I don't have that. Heidi, you're one of the few that's pulled the trigger, so congratulations. I can't wait to work with you.
A lot of questions here. Alexander's got one. Can I upgrade to the inner circle after the course?
Yeah, great question. So look, you can always upgrade. So tonight, like I said to everybody, I always have people that come to me on Friday and say, Brian, is the course still open? I said, no, it's closed. And they're like, why? Well, because of this, and I'll tell people a little secret, and I don't usually talk about, but for every 20 students that join, I give you an extra touch point, which is a team leader, which is a successful graduate who's built the business. I only have a few of those, so when I have enough slots of 20, I close the class. But I always tell people, if you want to lock your spot in now, put the payment plan in and lock the spot in. Pay in full. You can always upgrade to premium or upgrade to inner circle later. I've got one spot left for inner circle, so do it fast, but lock your spot in now. Because there's always people that come to me later and say, Brian, I want to get in, and it's going to be next year. And by then, you probably won't be in the spot you are now. Right now, you're here on this call and you're ready to make it happen.
Quick apology to Ruth. I think I mispronounced the surname there. I won't attempt again. I'll probably butcher it once more.
That's okay. Look, Ruth, we got people, like I said, in 67 countries. We got some crazy names out there, so no offense. Look, we appreciate your energy either way, and it's all about revenues. And if you make enough money, you can just be Ruth, like Madonna, and it's okay.
And we'll get to know you on the course anyway.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right? Go ahead, let's do this. Yes. Yes.
The Americans are not messing around tonight.
I love it.
It is Robert Long.
Robert Long, I love this. You know, I get excited because people are changing their lives. And again, like I've said before, is that I only invest in people that are taking their passions and turning them into businesses. That's why you're going to be successful. You're going to get through those late nights. And Robert, that's exactly what you're going to do. More importantly, you're going to change the lives of 1,000 or 10,000 people. And as you know, Julian, I have a goal in the next 5 years to graduate 100,000 students from this academy. And by doing so, if each one of those students touches 1,000 people, that's 100 million people that we've changed the lives of. Add another 10 to that, that's 1 billion people. This starts changing the planet because everyone's doing what they're passionate about. That's what we're here to do. And Robert, I'm glad you're part of the process. And again, if you're watching me right now, now is the time to take action. I get super excited because I like to see people taking action, and that's what's happening tonight. Good?
Lots of questions here. Do you want to take one quick one?
Yeah, let me take another quick question, and I want to play a couple videos, and we'll come back.
Sure. So Cohen is saying, do you know if the video editing or whatever is necessary on the course is possible with a Chromebook?
Okay, good. So first of all, on the course, we produce lots of video assets, but I'm not a big fan of editing video. It's a waste of your time. We produce a lot of video, folks, and it involves something like this. Take a big deep breath, pull out your phone and say, hi, my name is Karan. One of my big fans is this. I'm a passionate about veganism. I'm passionate about movement. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Give me a comment, click on the link and let me know what you think. Bam, that's vlog number 1. You'll do 10 of those. Next, you'll create your digital product. Hi, this is module 1. It's me. This is called minimum viable product. We don't waste time with editing because we want to know if it works. I've had people that have sold $30,000 worth of products from videos they made on their phone. Guess what the people that edit do? They're still waiting to launch their product. Editing is procrastination in disguise. We don't do it, you don't need to do it. You literally need no money to do this course. All you need is the initial investment, and I need that to know that you're in and that you're gonna finish. I honestly don't need your money. What I need is for you to finish the course. I need you to change the world, and I need your testimonial of your $1 million business so I can help more people change the world. That's why I need you to invest the money, because it shows you and it shows me that you're ready to change your life. I can't do this for free because I don't know you're serious. Show me you're serious right now.
I've got to get one quick gong for the Brits.
The Brits are in the house. Who's that?
Jamie Mound.
Jamie Mounds.
Yeah, right. One of our tribe members. He's pulled the trigger.
Awesome. Look, Jamie, you're in tribe already. You already know the amazing value of the community. You know the vibrations we got here. But all I got to say is go in big. You're going to be in the private Facebook group. Upload your introduction video. And again, if you pay in full, and I highly recommend this, you can get Dan Pena live at the Ritz. It's 6 hours of the $50 billion man, literally blasting away. It's going to get you so fired up. It's going to get you out of your mediocre mindset. It's going to cut all of your BS excuses and get you excited. You can't find that anywhere else online. I'm giving it tonight as a bonus. And so look, I want to cut now to a few of our successful graduates, and they're talking a little bit about what the course is like after they finished it. So here are a few of them talking.
Well, my first webinar, I had a makeshift office in my car. I put a blanket up, pinned it with the sunroof, and I ended up with 20 sales, $540, and it's growing.
An online community of people who know each other so well that when they get to London, felt 10 times closer than old friends from high school. These 8 weeks are basically 2 years of life when you look at what you learn and what you get into. So for me, it's not 8 weeks. It's about 2 years or 3 years of worth of energy and emotions.
And I mean, I had an incredible turnout on my webinar. I had 25 people joining me. I made 17 sales on this first webinar. So I feel like it was not even about the sales for me, to be honest, or how much money that, whatever, you know, what it was. But it was really about kind of this confirmation that, yes, I'm on the right path.
It's about teamwork. It's about holding oneself accountable. It's about breaking through your comfort zones. So those things, and I've just named 3, can relate to anybody at any point in their lives.
I sold 2 prime offers and then actually 2 different MVPs. It was I think around 600 euros or dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lovely. Really happy with it, actually.
I love hearing from our students. And again, we have an optional graduation ceremony here in London. You don't have to come, but if you can get here, it's a life-changing experience. A lot of times, businesses are actually formed here. And one of my students, John McMahon, who did a $1.6 million launch earlier this year, met his business partner at the graduation ceremony. I think it was 3 in the morning. They were at King's Cross having some dodgy kebab, and they said, hey, let's build this business. 14 months later, he did a $1.6 million launch. The graduation ceremony is absolutely amazing. And this is when we film those interviews. Again, if you upgrade to premium, you can guarantee your slot in the studio with me. Something that, you know, people offer sometimes $20,000 to be on the show. We don't accept it, but as a student, you can become. So look, I know there's a bunch of questions, and Julian's got his stick ready in his hand, so he might be gonging here. What's happening, right? That could be you. That could be you changing your life.
Could be you if you live in Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice.
Joshua Cazot.
Joshua Cazot in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, we got a global audience. First of all, congratulations for pulling the trigger. You know, there's people that talk the talk and there's people that walk the walk. I'm here to work with the people that do the walk-in, right? Because that's what we do here at London Real. Every week you can see what we produce. We don't play around. I think life is short, right? If you don't pull the trigger now, why not pull it at all? You got to go out there and do big things. Again, Trinidad and Tobago, America, the UK, we got people in countries all around the world, time zones all around the world. These people will be your partners, your allies, your investors for life, and it's great to see this diverse audience here. I love seeing it. You are one gong away. We will call your name out here. Again, it's not hard. Click on the link. Trust me in the process. Put in the 16 digits and you're done. Actually, after you click it, you're going to feel a lot better because you know you're making a change going forward. What are some of the questions I'm hearing?
Alexander in Israel says, I want you to sound the gong for me, but the site declines to take my money. We can see that you're trying to do the full pay there. Maybe try the payment plan. Sometimes it goes through easier. You can always upgrade afterwards.
Okay, cool. So anybody who's putting the payment plan in on the site, we can see it go in. So for those people, I will save for you the bonuses that you only get on tonight's masterclass. So we'll save those. Also, sometimes banks, they just don't know what to do. So just go for the payment plan option and we can upgrade you tomorrow and I'll get you all the bonuses. But I said lock that spot in. If we see you go in tonight, I can at least hold the bonuses for you. But we can make that happen. And again, we can talk to the banks tomorrow. But lock in the spot with the payment plan and we'll get that sorted out.
Andrew saying, my field is environmental law and compliance. Would this work with your course?
You know, this is fascinating. In the first couple times we taught this course, people came with pieces like this and said, maybe this won't work for me. And I thought, maybe it won't. But the truth is, we thought outside of the box. We thought a little bit harder. Environmental law, am I right? So right away, I can think of things that you can do for environmental law. First of all, a lot of companies don't know what they need to do for environmental law. They don't know who is the right person to practice. They don't even know the key people of influence. They don't know basic information. So you could do, again, free product, talking about your intellectual property. You could do a low-cost product where they learn more about these things. Or you could do a high-cost product where you literally deliver them solutions that they need for their business. This works as a business-to-business tool. We've had lots of our students, probably 100 students that did a business-to-business play. This works for any market because it's all about intellectual property in your head, going out to your 1,000 true fans of micro niche. I've seen it work across the board. You just have to think creatively, and I'm here to help you do that in the first 2 weeks. One thing I will say, don't let this be an excuse for you not pulling the trigger. The time is now. Folks, this is a land grab right now. In the next 12 months, everyone are going to take these chunks of online business. Environmental law is going to be done by some yank who pulled the trigger, right? One of your micro niches in vegan in 30 days is going to be taken over, and you're not going to have the bandwidth to talk to people because somebody else would have done it. The time to pull the trigger is now. So make it happen. You know we have the blueprint, the mentoring, the accountability process.
I think Ruth deserves another gong. She's pulled the trigger again and upgraded to premium.
I love it, Ruth. You're upgraded to premium. So imagine this. Ruth is going to be here in the leather chair in London Real Studios. She's going to be under these lights. There's going to be Winston next to her. And the best part is this, Ruth, is that you're going to be telling about how you crushed it over the next 8 weeks. And I know what you're going to say, Ruth, because I've literally interviewed hundreds of people. And you can see all their testimonials on the page about this course. And you can see them all on YouTube. But the truth is, don't go watch them because it'll just give you a reason to procrastinate. But Ruth is going to say, Brian, I can't believe the way I transformed in 8 weeks. I never thought I'd understand social media. I never thought I would put myself on video. I never thought I could create a digital course. I never thought I'd create a landing page. I never thought I would go live on a webinar. I never thought I could sell. I never thought I could get revenue. I never thought I could create $2,000 for a product. I never thought I could generate $20,000 of income. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to smile, Ruth, and I'm going to laugh. And you're going to laugh too because you're like, Brian, I did all of that. And I'm like, Ruth, what are your plans for the next 6 months? And Ruth, you're going to say $1 million. That's better than an interview at London Real Studios, which of course you'll have, which Ruth, you can use as a business asset. So you can take that entire piece of video and you can chop it into pieces for 1 minute for your Instagram. You can put it on your landing page of your website. You can put it on your LinkedIn profile. Ruth, you can use that for the next 20 or 30 years. And people will be like, Ruth, you're on London Real? Wow, you must be someone I want to do business with. That alone could probably generate $100,000 over the course of your business and your life. So congratulations. You know, more people should upgrade to premium. But again, we only have so many interview slots. So there you go, and congratulations, Ruth. Other questions?
Yeah, quick one here from Cody. He is asking, is it lifetime access?
So great question, Cody. A lot of people ask about what do they get for this course. So if you pull the trigger tonight, this is what you get. You get lifetime access to the 8 modules. There's 3 videos for every module. There's a workbook. Actually, I encourage people to go back and do this course again 6 months from now, a year from now. Once you have the first $100,000 in business and you watch module 1, 2, and 3 again, you'll see things you can't see the first time. This course keeps giving and keeps giving. You'll also have lifetime access to the Facebook group, which is a network of people that are literally going to build $10, $100 million businesses over the course of the next 10 years. They'll be on the TED stage. They'll be New York Times bestselling authors. I'm telling you, these are high performance people. They upgrade your peer group. All you have to do is pull the trigger tonight, and you have a group of 100 people from around the world, plus me, 101, plus Julian, 102, that not only want you to be successful, which is probably unlike your friends and family who like you the way you are, but we expect you to be successful. We really want you to build that business. So you have lifetime access to all of this. Also, each live call we upload to the Facebook group, so you have that live call for the rest of your life as well. I mean, it's an incredible, I'm doubling the prices of this course, Julian, next. But not before someone got in.
Correct, it's time for me to butcher another name.
All right.
Let's go with Gisli Barnason from Iceland.
Wow, okay, Gisli. Type in and tell us if we got that wrong. I guess we're live here probably. Iceland, that's good. I think we've had some from Iceland before, but it's nice to have another. I can't wait to get started on your micro niche. I think Iceland's a fascinating place. You guys really punch above your weight. I think we're talking about less than 1 million people. Reykjavik's like 800,000. You guys are always punching above your weight. I love it because you've got Scandi ties, also some great English speaking, and I'm really looking forward to what you do. You've also got great natural resources, great assets, all sorts of things. So congratulations for pulling the trigger. And again, let me just talk about that peer group. Have you heard this expression, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with? Think about that. Actually, if you go to your phone and look at the 5 text messages you had recently, those are probably the people you spend the most time with. Let me ask you a question. Are any of those people building $1 million business? Are any of those people high performance people? Sorry, Mom. Maybe you're not, right? Are any of those people trying to, I don't know, change the planet, trying to get on the TED stage, trying to really make a dent in the universe? I'm going to argue probably not. Maybe one, but probably not. And guess what? You're hanging out with these people. You're talking about things. You're going to live events with them. You're constantly in that energy level. I'm talking about elevating yourself to 100 people like these folks here that not only talk the talk, they put money on the line. $3,000. They're like, Brian, I'm going to do this over the next 8 weeks. I'm not going to let this money go to waste. I'm going to take action. These are people that are changing the world. Honestly, access to this peer group is enough to change your life. It's going to get you vibrating on a new frequency. When you come to London Real World Headquarters, you're going to be like, Brian, this course changed my life. I've got so many people that tell me this. I had a guy I was on the phone with this weekend. He built a $60 million business on the back of the Business Accelerator. He said, Brian, you are the best in the business at personal development. And he said, everything you taught me in here taught me to be a stronger person, to go into my fear. I built a $60 million business on the back of it. And I'm like, I know. I've seen it happen so many times. Let's keep them coming.
You ready for another American?
Uh-oh, I love the Yanks.
Christine Vineyard, who knows? No names are safe with me.
I love it. Christine Vineyard, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Look, I love the Yanks. My children, I always say, are half Bulgarian, half English, and half American. They've got their American passports and everything. They're going to hate me for it one day when they pay taxes. But look, it's great to have the Yanks in the house. Again, folks, we're talking about a global marketplace. So if you're in Iceland or in India or in Singapore or in South Africa or in the UK, you have to take in mind the North American audience. Let's be honest. America is still 40 to 45% of our YouTube traffic. It's a lot of revenues. I'm teaching you to sell digital products to customers worldwide. Let me repeat that. We are selling intellectual property in our heads. 99% of the products in this world now are intellectual property assets. Think about that. It's not actually coffee and ab rollers and pieces of equipment. It's ideas. What does Dan Pena sell? Ideas. What does Ido Portal sell? Ideas. All of these people sell ideas. That's what you're going to sell. And again, it's great having this global audience that's going to take us to the next level. And looks like Julian has another question for me here. What is it?
Well, just saying, Christine says, Eek, I just signed up. I'm ready to rock it with your help.
I love it.
And we've got a couple of questions here about the packages. Maya is asking, what are the benefits of the premium package?
Okay, great question. So again, we have a basic, a premium, and an inner circle package. With the basic, especially when you pay in full, you get everything. All the bonuses tonight, the fast action bonus, Facebook ad mastery. You get Dan Pena live at the Ritz. Don't sleep on that. It's 6 hours that will get you so motivated to crush it, you won't even know. It'll get you the video kickoff call with me. That's all in the basic package. Lifetime access, 16 hours of video calls, access to the peer group for the rest of your life, the Facebook, everything, and the graduation ticket for free. The premium is if you want to actually come to London Real Studios and have your very own interview on London Real. Again, this is a business asset. Even the picture of you in the chair is enough to put on your social media or your landing page. Honestly, it's literally worth $10, $20, $30, $40,000 worth of business. The video, you can slice up into different pieces, post on social media, put on your LinkedIn profile. It shows that you have a credibility that you're worth someone that's doing business with. So that's what we're offering as a premium package. Again, I've had people that have contacted me and said, Brian, I'll pay you $20,000, $30,000 just to be on London Real because I know the exposure you get. I say no. But if you're one of my students, I invite you to come here and we talk about you and your business and what happens here. Finally, there's the inner circle package, and I have one of these spots left. If you upgrade to that, you get 6 months of my personal mentoring after the course is over. This is when things get hard, when it's cold outside and you've lost the excitement. You're like, Brian, I'm really struggling to make the next $100,000. And I'm like, no, you're not, because you got me for 6 months. Also, I bring you into what I call my inner circle, which is a group of entrepreneurs and high-level people from around the world that are building 7- and 8-figure businesses. I've got major commercial real estate developers in Europe. I've got head of marketing for massive retail companies in North America. I've got incredible people, and we work on something called BHAGs, which are big, hairy, audacious goals. How do you make $100 million of revenue? How do you get on the TED stage this year? How do you have a New York Times bestselling book this year? That's what I'm talking about. Big changes, and that's what the inner circle is. Again, I'm going to double the price of that next year because the value is so incredible.
Time for a quick gong?
Yeah, let's keep doing this.
That is for Alexander in Israel, who's managed to get that payment to go through.
I love it, Alexander. You know, I had someone from Israel to call this week, and they went back and said, Brian, oh, you don't understand the currency. The currency keeps me from buying this. And I said, I do understand that. Is your currency called the excuse? Is that what that? Because that currency is in Thailand as well. It's in Mexico City. It's called the peso. This is an excuse. I had a guy in Argentina said the same thing, and I said, look, how bad do you want this? Make a few calls, make 5 text messages, and make it happen. And I appreciate you pulling the trigger and getting in here. Again, there's excuses, and actually I'm glad because it means I don't have to waste time on those people. I want people that'll walk the walk. This is the chance to pull this trigger. At this rate, we're going to be full. We're going to be full tonight. So lock the spot in and make this happen. I can't wait to personally mentor you on this whole journey. I've got a couple frequently asked questions. I wanted to show those, and then I'm going to come back to these.
Sounds good.
Is that good? Okay, cool. Let me just answer a few questions here that I get all the time, and I really want to just make sure I answer them. First of all, some people say, Brian, I don't have a business idea. The truth is, 1/3 of my students just come in and say, Brian, I don't even know what I'm passionate about, but I know you get results. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of doing a job I hate. I'm tired of my stupid boss telling me what to do. I'm tired of being stuck in one location. I'm tired of not having a cool peer group. I'm tired of not making an impact on the world. I said, good, pull the trigger and join this course. But you got to click the button and make it happen. Otherwise, I can't invest in you. You don't need a business idea. I'll help you find that idea in the first 2 weeks. I've done it with 1/3 of my students. The second thing people say is, Brian, I don't have the time. I'm super busy. And I'm like, you have the same 24 hours in a day that Elon Musk has, that Richard Branson has, that I have, that people that do great things. The truth is you're using your time wrong, and you're procrastinating, and you're lying to yourself, and you're wasting your time on social media. Go to your phone right now and delete Facebook. And guess what? You just got a revenue generating business if you join me for the next 8 weeks. Stop with your excuses. I won't accept them. I'm going to get you to do the work. The truth is it's 2 to 4 hours a week. That's about what? Last time I checked, 20 minutes a day. I know you have that time. I'm asking you to invest that time. The truth is the biggest problem you're going to have is getting uncomfortable, going into your fear, taking risk, but I'm going to make sure you do that. So don't give me time as an excuse. Don't give me money as an excuse. If you can't come up with $297 and you spent the last 2 hours with me on this call, I don't believe you. Make a few texts, make a few calls. If you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. If you don't, then you won't. So it's kind of selects you out. Some people say, Brian, is it worth the investment? It's $3,000. It's a lot of money. The truth is that when I was 18 years old, I got asked to invest in something that I couldn't afford. And for me, it was an education at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I was 18 years old at the time. I had bought a $1,200 Ford Mustang, and I was riding around with quarters and nickels in a plastic bag to buy gas. I had no money, but I had an opportunity to go to one of the greatest schools in the world, and it cost $14,500. I didn't have $400 in the bank. And so I could have said, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Let me go watch a podcast. There were no podcasts back then, so I couldn't have. But I could have given an excuse and gone to community college. But I realized that what was in front of me was literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, just like this is for you right now. And I had one chance to pull the trigger. I couldn't wait a month. I couldn't wait a week. I couldn't wait a year. And I said, I have to make this happen, because as an investment, even as an 18-year-old kid, I knew this was going to pay off big time. So I called my grandma, Benedict, my grandpa, Rose. I went to my parents, and I called the U.S. government, and I said, I need your money. And they said, okay, we'll loan it to you. And I borrowed $14,500. I paid the first year of tuition. I got a summer job. I paid the second, third, and fourth. That investment is paid off 1,000 times. 1,000 times I got my money back. Was that the right investment? Yes, it was. Is this the right investment for you? Yes, it is. So you need to make the call and pull the trigger, because you'll make 100 or 1,000 times. If I could give you $30,000 in 8 weeks, would you pay $3,000 now? Of course you would. Would you pay $29,000 now? Of course you would, because that is a return on investment. Start thinking smart. Most people are so precious with their money, but they waste their time all the time. They waste hours on Facebook and giving themselves excuses, and yet they won't spend $200, which they'll later spend on a pair of sneakers, at the pub, or a night out. Invest in yourself. This is the greatest investment you can make in yourself for the next 6 months. I guarantee it. And this is why you must pull the trigger now. Fourth question I get all the time is, Brian, why would anyone want to buy something from me? I don't have anything. I had a 14-year-old girl who took my course and sold products. Guess what? She taught a course about how to be a stepchild in a new parental relationship, and she sold product. You have specialized knowledge. You've got a great story. People want to connect with you. I've taught over 1,000 people that are stupider than you, uglier than you, less educated than you, and they all sold products. You can do it too. Trust me. Trust the process. I'm going to get you over the goal line. And the fifth question I get all the time is, Brian, I don't live in London. I can't take your course. And I always say, have you been paying attention? This course is for a global community online. I hold you accountable. I actually don't want you in London. It actually hinders you. I want you somewhere else, because you bring a new attitude, a new perspective. You can come to London for graduation. It's optional, but I want you living somewhere else, because you can give me new perspectives, you can give me a new audience, and you can be a new success story for me, because I want million-dollar businesses in over 50 countries in the next 5 months. That's my new goal, and I want you to be one of them. All right? Look, I want to give you a quick snippet of what it looks like to come for graduation. Come here to London. All you have to do is get here. The rest of the weekend is on us. That's dinner on me, masterclass here at London Real Studios, walking tour of London, museum tours, hanging out, networking, drinks, everything is on me. If you get here, this is the kind of experience that you can have.
Like I was a mess, falling apart. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I pulled the trigger and signed up. I had to.
This course has just changed everything for me.
Who knows what life will look like in a year from now for each of us.
All right, London Reelers, welcome to London. Let me hear some roar here. Tonight, I'm pumped. We got the Midnight Run folks with us. We got glow sticks, we got music.
This is the first time we've ever seen each other in 3D. The first live call that I saw all these people, it was so inspiring.
I loved being able to connect with people all over the world.
They're my family. They have become my family. We're all extensions of each other.
Everybody's helping each other. Everybody's holding each other accountable. You can do so much more than you ever thought.
Just now, like, my team asked me, how do you feel? I said, I feel home. This is home for me.
What's beautiful about this process is if I'd had a way out, I'd have got out. But I couldn't let that lot down. I couldn't let my team down.
Do not stop, because this is just the beginning right now.
Please stay vulnerable. When you hit rock bottom, reach out. You have all the support you need. Thank you.
I just want you to congratulate yourselves for all the hard work you put in, for making it to London, for connecting with everyone here.
I love the graduation ceremonies because it's just incredible energy. The truth is, over the next 8 weeks, you're going to get so close to these 100 people around the world, whether they be in Iceland or in India or America or the UK. These strangers will turn into some of your closest friends. They'll be closer than family. And it's weird at graduation, people come together, they hug each other, they hug me, and they're like, I already know you. And they become partners and business partners and friends for life. We even had a couple propose. A guy proposed to his wife here at graduation. And again, this is just something added because, look, we're here for the next 100 years. We want to make a dent on this world. I want people to generate real businesses with real revenues, and we're with you for the next 5 or 10 years if you pull the trigger on this course tonight. Make it happen, and I can't wait for people to come and do this. You got a little itchy trigger finger there, Bales. What's going on?
Melinda says, I've enrolled. Do I deserve a gong as well? Yes, Melinda.
Come
yes,
on, Melinda. London-based, rocking those apps. I'm telling you, Melinda, you're going to go into this 10 vlog and 10 day challenge, which is in module 1, right? And you're like, oh no, Brian, I don't know if I'm ready. I'm going to get you on video and you're going to be publishing a vlog every day for 10 days. I guarantee, Melinda, you publish these things on YouTube and Facebook, on Instagram, you're going to start seeing client flow right away. Every single week, your business is going to improve even before we get your digital product. This is going to change your business in ways you've never imagined. I've had classic business owners that have said, Brian, I never thought I could have sold my intellectual property. I never thought I could have stopped selling my time for money, which is what consultants do. I can digitize my product, sell my product while I sleep, sell it to hundreds of thousands of people around the world. I'm telling you, we know what we're talking about here when it comes to stuff at London Real. You're one click away from being on my team, on Julian's team, and we're going to crush it for the next 8 weeks.
I can see Samir is trying to pull the trigger there. His payment's not going through for whatever reason. Like we say, maybe try the payment plan.
Okay, so Samir, try the payment plan. We can upgrade you tomorrow. Again, we've got PayPal, we've got Bitcoin there as well. Don't let payment be an excuse. But again, try to pay on the thing. If you put your email address and try to pay with a credit card, I'll lock in your spots tonight. I'll lock in your bonuses, and we'll try to get you through. But again, folks, now is the time. There's no more time to research this. I can show you all the interviews and testimonials in the world. I can tell you this, but this has now got to come from your gut. Does this feel like the right thing to do? Yes. Is Brian Rose the right mentor? Yes. Does London Real have a track record of 7 years of success? Yes. Have they built hundreds and hundreds of multi-million-dollar businesses? Yes. These are the people you want to trust it with. Next year is too long to wait. I don't know where you're going to be. I don't know what's going to happen to you. One thing I do know is you won't have a revenue generating business in a year if you don't do this with us. I've seen too many people who try to do it alone. It never works. Never works, so now's the time to do it.
Speaking about those bonuses, Darius is asking, what are the pay in full payment bonuses again? And could you describe the inner circle, please?
Yeah, no problem. So look, if you pay in full, which I recommend because you save money on the payment plans, right? You already saved 2 of those payment plans. It adds up. It's $594 you save right when you pay in full. But you get these 2 amazing bonuses, and don't sleep on these folks. One of them is Dan Pena live at the Ritz, and that's one of my mentors. He's the $50 billion man. He's a high-performance coach. He's created $50 billion of equity and wealth. He's one of my mentors. And I had him in London at the Ritz Hotel, and we flew in 30 entrepreneurs, high level from around the world. There was a billionaire in the room. He's the guy that talks a lot. You can hear him in the video. And it's 6 hours of Pena blasting, going into your mindset, going into your fears, finding out why you're not going big today. What's your excuse? Why wait for tomorrow? Now is the time. Look at your heroes. They're not different than you. They just pulled the trigger. They stopped giving themselves excuses. One day they got tired. And Dan says people make decisions for one of 2 reasons: inspiration or desperation. And my experience is it's usually desperation. Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with your income? Are you happy with your boss? The impact on the world? No, you're not. Pull the trigger and join us. And so I'll give you that Dan Pena live at the Ritz. It's 6 hours of him blasting. I'll send you that video tonight if you pull the trigger and pay in full. I'll also give you a live video kickoff call with me before the course starts on October 15th. We're going to brainstorm your business idea, and I'm going to give you some tips to help you build that business. And I'm also going to throw in a 3rd bonus on the top of my head, which is Chris Eubank, the world-class boxer, on obsession. This is a private fireside chat I did with him at a special invite-only event, and it's incredible. He goes into how you have to be obsessed. He gets up on the stage, he's shadow boxing, he's dancing. It's an amazing piece. I'll give you that tonight just for you right now on this masterclass. If you pay in full, make it happen, folks. This is the stuff that's going to change your life forever, and I'm willing to do this with you for the next 8 weeks. Yes, let's do it.
That is Dora Tamari Tutjevic.
Wow, Julian, you're getting all the names there. Dora,
Testing me tonight.
Where's she from?
Japan.
Japan. Dory, I love this. Okay, look, we've had some great people from Japan, and the fact we had some American expats there in the past. It's great to have you here. I'm really curious what you want to work on with your model. The truth is this works anywhere, and there's tons of fascinating IP in Japan. I also think that this isn't exploited enough. If you want to do your course in Japanese, it could be very interesting. Obviously, second largest economy in the world, a lot of impact, and I don't think there's people running really strong personality-based online digital businesses in Japan. I can't wait to get started with you.
Renzo's got a question.
Yeah.
Can I do this course if I focus on the Spanish audience?
Okay, this is a great question. A lot of people come in with different languages and they say, Brian, what should I do? If you were saying that you spoke Polish, for example, or maybe if you spoke Swahili, I might say, you know what? Maybe the audience isn't big enough. Let's do it in English. Spanish, Portuguese, maybe Japanese might be one of my exceptions because it's such a big audience of people. And again, people with money, that matters a lot because they're the ones that are going to get your revenues to $100,000. So with Spanish, obviously, you've got the whole Latin American market, Argentina, Mexico, Spain. You've got a lot of other countries, so potentially that works, but I might actually push you to do it in English, and we could test both. The best thing to ask is your customers. So for the 10 vlog and 10-day challenge, guess what? You're going to have an extra challenge. I want 5 of those in English and 5 of those in Spanish. In fact, what I really want is 10 in English and 10 in Spanish. Thank you. And we're going to find out who responds to what gets the most comments, and we're going to find the highest revenue generating audience, period. Folks, we have one metric in this course, which is revenues. Revenues gives you options. It gives you choices. It means you can do what you want to do with your life every single day. What if I gave you $1 million right now in your bank account? What would you do? Would you quit your job? Would you travel the world? Because you have options. I want to give you $1 million in your bank account, but I want to do it better. I want to let you earn it so you have the choice. What will you do? That's up to you. So yes, we're going to brainstorm this language with you. But again, don't let this be something to not pull the trigger. A lot of people use asking questions as an excuse not to pull the trigger. The truth is, folks, is you're at a battle with your brain right now. It's I call the monkey brain, right? The monkey sees something that he wants, but he's always telling himself, oh, there's fears, there's unknowns. Oh, I might not do that. I bought things online. It never worked out. All of that experience is in the past. I'm here to deliver something of value to you. Don't let your fears, your insecurities stop you. A lot of people are fearful of success. A lot of people like living in this weird limbo because it means they don't change. You must go into the fear to make great changes. Look at the people you admire. Elon Musk, the Conor McGregor. What do they do every day? They take risks. That's what this is in your life. This is a small risk with a huge payoff.
And Renzo's he's actually written there Spanglish, so maybe he's got an interesting Micronesian crossover.
Interesting. Okay, so in America, you know, there's obviously a massive Spanish-speaking audience. I hablo español because I'm from San Diego, which is right near Tijuana. We got someone in Tijuana tonight. We have actually a bunch of successful students in Mexico City, and some even in my inner circle, really high-level people. So first of all, Spanglish is interesting because it's the second language in America. Most signage and even the hotlines in America now have Spanish right there. So this combination of the language is very interesting. It's a big part of the culture, and it's something to be addressed, and maybe we can do something about using this for a marketing language to companies. It's interesting. But the truth is, Renzo or Henzo, depending on how you pronounce it, you got to pull the trigger to find out. So again, a lot of people ask questions, and they're like, the truth is, you know it's here. Go with your gut. Don't overanalyze this. Don't spreadsheet it to death. Pull the trigger. Who's that?
Dan Holman.
Dan Holman.
British.
Here, British. Okay, Dan, you just pulled the trigger. You're making people feel bad here. If you want your own gong, we can make it happen tonight. Dan, I can't wait to get you started on this course. Again, right away, you're going to go into this private Facebook group. You're going to see all of these incredible videos. Right away, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is something special, Brian. I didn't know. And exactly. A lot of courses out there, they do all this effort, and when they sell you something, they stop. For us, we actually get started once this happens. So again, you're going to go in there. I want you to upload your introduction video. I want you to start on Module 1. If you pay in full, I want you to watch Dan Pena live at the Ritz tonight. Make sure all of the women and children are out of the room and put it on. There's a bit of swearing and language, but it's going to get you fired up. And again, start on Module 1. We've got work to do. I want to build a big business with you.
How about a double gong there?
Oh. Who's that?
Jens Garling from Germany.
Oh, wow. All right, fantastic. You know, we have a huge amount of Germans that pull the trigger. It's our biggest represented country in Europe, and I think the Germans really get this because You know, Germans, a lot of times they love to see a process that works. And once they see something with the results, a lot of times they just pull the trigger intrinsically. And that's why we've had so many graduates that have built these amazing businesses. I can't wait to work in the future. We might actually offer these in German. But again, I think it's someone, then they see something with the real result, they pull the trigger. So it's really great to have you on here.
How about another one?
Wow. Folks, this course will be done soon. You must do this now.
Freddie Webster.
Okay, really, from?
UK.
UK. All right, look, the UK people are coming back. Where are the Yanks coming back here? All right, I want to see someone from South America as well. Look, Freddie, you've just pulled the trigger and made this happen. The truth is we're probably going to close this course out tonight. If you want to build a business, you're probably going to have to wait till next year. The truth is, folks, if you're still on this call right now with me, it's been 2 hours, right? You've probably watched hours and hours of London Real. You've watched us build this incredible multi-million-dollar business. You've seen the testimonials of the students. You know this works. This is a small, tiny pay price to action I'm asking for you. Do the payment plan if you want, or pay in full. It's still tiny potentially for all of the income you can get, or the way it's going to change your life. So now is the time to take action. Again, trust your gut. Is this the right thing to do? Yes. Do I trust Brian Rose? Yes. Do they have results? Yes. Do you have an incredible group of 100 people that are going to crush it with you? Yes. Pull the trigger. It's that simple.
Alexander's got an interesting question.
Okay.
He says, when are you going to let us into the Facebook group, which is obviously the private Facebook group that they get?
Oh, yeah. So did Alexander pull the trigger or
He's
what?
pulled the trigger, Alexander. I will jump over and let you in live on this call while Brian answers this
I love it.
next
So
question.
you get a link, then you can click on the link, but then we have to approve you because we don't want any tourists in there. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, we have a Business Accelerator workshop group that's full of 11,000 people that have been doing vlogs and doing some of the challenges. But the truth is that's 11,000 tourists. These are people that are lying to themselves and saying, I'm working on my business, when in fact, they're not going to have anything to show for it. So Alexander, you pulled the trigger. So we have actually what I call the winner's circle. It's a group of Facebook people that have pulled the trigger. They put the price to action. They've invested money, which means it's worth my time to you. Again, I don't need your money, but I need your time and focus, or I'm wasting my time. So Alexander, you're in there. You're not part of the tourists. The truth is this, is that Alexander, when you come here for graduation, and if you sit in the leather chair, I'm going to live stream your testimonial into that workshop group. And all of those 11,000 people are going to say, that could have been me. For $297, that could have been me. And I'm sitting there at Christmas with no money for presents, and these people are talking about these $100,000 businesses. That's how cruel I can be. But really, I want you to pull the trigger, and any way I can do to do it, I'm here because I know this course works. And so whatever it takes to get you across the goal, and I'm willing to do. And tonight, you're this close. Get the gong is all I got to say. Get the gong.
There he is. I'm approving him right now.
Wow, he's getting you in there right now. You know, I've got a few other words of advice from some of my former students, so I want to play for these for you now. Then I want to come back and answer some questions, then I'm closing this thing out. No more bonuses. This course is probably going to finish out tonight, and I'm going to say good luck to you. So while you watch this video, it's time to pull out that credit card. It's time to get this thing ready and pull the trigger, and let's do this.
If you really want to live with passion and monetize your craft and finally be free, what are you waiting for?
This will grow way beyond a business. It will grow to something that is potentially bigger than yourself.
I was hoping for business strategies, for accountability, so to open up and just feel that love and to get that support and everything. I could have never seen that when I was thinking about pulling the trigger at the thing. I thought it was all about business.
I'm speechless, Brian, because it's just, there's been so much in this course. You give so much value. What you pack into these 8 weeks, it's incredible.
I've never seen or heard of anything that attracts quality people the way this does. You know, and that's incredible.
We all have something to give. We all have something to give. We have a passion, we have a purpose. Pull the trigger.
Fear is not the enemy. You know, it's always here to teach you something. You need contrast to grow, it's normal.
It's just an incredible journey, so anybody who wants to have their own business just has to do it.
Do it now. Life is too short. Stop complaining.
It never gets old when I watch these stories. And the truth is that we're going to create another 100 of these stories, and they're going to come to graduation in December, and they're going to tell me how their life changed. I've literally seen people go into completely new paths with their lives. They have new relationships, new sources of income, new travel plans, new joint venture partnerships. It's just amazing what pulling the trigger right now, it's literally, it's an instant in time which is going to take you on one path or the other path. It can take you down the same path of kind of pain and loneliness and despair, or it can take you on this new energy path full of a whole new group, money beyond your wildest dreams, opportunities, a brand new life. You see what we do at London Real? I'm offering you a slice of that, but I can't do it for you. I can't dive into the internet and pull out your card, but I know you can make this call. Again, the money you will forget about, the experience will be yours forever. This is rockin', Bales.
Hayden Edwards from South Africa.
South Africa. I love our people in South Africa. Hayden, tell me if you're in Joburg or Cape Town or somewhere else. We've always had a strong contingency of South Africans. On our last course, we had a woman from Joburg who taught Airbnb hosts how to make more money off their properties around the world, how to get premium prices, how to deal with bad customers. She's running an incredible business. So I love the South Africans because they go in, they pull the trigger. They take risk and they're willing to try new things, and that's how you get places in life, folks. Engineer risk into your life. This is actually not a big risk, but this is an amazing opportunity. Any more questions?
Yeah, we didn't even get to Hayden's. He was asking, I have absolutely no idea of what I can do. Will this course still help me? Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Well done for pulling the trigger.
The truth is we have people all the time without an idea, but you have passions. You have things you do in your spare time. The greatest people in the world have turned their passions into a business. Think about it. Think about Bono from U2. What was his passion? His music. Think about Conor McGregor. What was his passion? Fighting. Think about Elon Musk. What was his passion? Technology. That's why they're billionaires, because they've crushed it. I want to take your passion, which exists, and I want to teach you how to turn it into a business, a digital product to make people happy around the world. All you have to do is trust the process, trust your gut, and you have to be sick and tired of the way your life is now and the way your future looks. If that's you, pull the trigger. Seriously, pull it now. Don't think. Get the card out, put in the 16 digits, you're on a new path. Make it happen.
Michael has the opposite problem. He says, I have a problem choosing one out of the 4 businesses that I've got in my mind. Can you help me choose the right one that is best to get started?
Yeah, look, again, this is another one of these weird procrastination factors is you have all of these ideas. And I meet people all the time that are doing 4 businesses and 5 businesses. And we used to run this technology show called Silicon Reel, and I know 100 of the top CEOs in tech here in London. A lot of them I watched turn into billionaires of the course. I'm still friends with them. And sometimes they're doing 4 different businesses at once, and their Twitter handle, I'm doing this and this and this. And I never met a single one of them that was successful that didn't concentrate on one thing. I do one thing, London Reel. That's the reason we stopped doing Silicon Reel, because it was 2 things. So first, what you have to do is pick one. Even if it's the wrong one, it's better to do one thing all in than try to do 4 things in half measures. So what we're going to do in the first week is we're going to brainstorm. We do a competitive analysis. We use the market opportunity map. You start vlogging 10 vlogs in 10 days. Trust me, within 7 days, it will be so painfully obvious which one to pull the trigger on that you'll know, and then you'll do it, and I'll make sure you do it, and stop trying to spread yourself thin. That's the biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs make. They're trying to juggle balls. I honestly think it's a fear of success when you choose too many things. I think it's procrastination in disguise. Go all in on one thing. Conor McGregor, Elon Musk, Bono of U2. They went all in on one thing. That's why they're successful. So again, pull the trigger. Let's figure it out.
We have another question here. All these coming through.
Uh-oh, going back. You're breaking the internet with all these people buying.
Will this course work for the art world? Interesting one.
That's a really funny question. So look, I just did a video earlier from my my office here at London Real World headquarters, and hanging in there is this oil painting, right? And I still haven't really got my head around it, but it's this beautiful museum quality oil painting of me, and it was painted by one of our Business Accelerator graduates. He graduated a year ago from the program, and he is from Slovenia. His name is Nick Anikas. You can look him up online. You can go watch this. You can go see the picture on YouTube, but don't stay with me. And he was an oil painter, and he asked the same question 12 months ago. He said, Brian, I paint paintings. How can I turn this into a digital online business? And I said, simple. Trust me and trust the process. He actually bought the premium program. You can watch his interview at London Real Studios. He crushed it. He made thousands and thousands of dollars by teaching people how to paint online. Another one, Patrick Turner-Lee, another painter. We've had tons of artists that have done this. Most artists think in a one-dimensional space. I have to make a piece of art. I have to go to the gallery. How much do you like gallery owners? They're the worst type of bottlenecks, right? They keep you from your customers. Go to social media. Go to a digital online product. Teach them how to buy art, how to create art, how to appraise art, how to find art for their business or their home. You're the expert. And the next thing they do is, can you make me a piece of art. There are so many ways to do a digital funnel for art, but you have to trust this process and pull the trigger. Anthony Freeman, one of our graduates who's now in our Pro Lab, he presented me a painting and a bunch of our guests a painting. When he started doing his videos on social media, literally he started selling tens of thousands of dollars of paintings just from doing social media the way we do. I'm telling you, when you pull the trigger in life, things open up. When you play small and keep doing the things you're doing, nothing happens in your life. It's all about change. It's all about changing your bad habits that are getting you nowhere. Trust me, trust this process, hit the button, and let's do this. I'll show you how to create a business out of your art. Who's that?
That is Jules from France, who is not only a tribe member, they're also a graduate of the Life Accelerator and Speak to Inspire.
Wow, okay, I love it. Look, Jules, I might have seen you on that tribe call this week, but a Life Accelerator and graduate of Speak to Inspire, so that's fantastic. You know how to publicly speak. You've got 18 high-performance habits. Look, Jules, you know what it's like. When you go into one of our online accountability programs, it's crazy. I mean, the amount of action you do, the self-esteem it builds. I mean, for 56 days in a row, we get you out of your comfort zone. And after you line those all up, your growth is actually exponential. And it looks like Jules wants a revenue-generating business. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. All you have to do is pull the trigger. Pull out the credit card, put in the 16 digits, and boom! You just won, and congrats for pulling the trigger, Jules.
Jules is actually on our current Speak to Inspire class, which probably answers this question of Corinne, which is, how about those who already have an online business and are also in another course at the same time?
Okay, great question. So look, Jules is on Speak to Inspire right now. She's in week 3. I just gave the course because I do it live every week. She is actually learning about public speaking, which is only going to help building her business. Since she's actually in one of our accelerator courses, she gets a 10% discount for any other accelerator course. So you're going to get that right away, Jules. And she's got a question about online business, right?
Corinne was saying, I have a current online business. I'm also doing another course. Do I have time?
So great question. Look, I'm looking for 2 to 4 hours a week. I've had people that have taken multiple courses at the same time and, of course, taken courses back to back to back. We've got a few people that take it all of our courses because each one has made them exponentially better in all aspects of their life. And that makes sense. And I've had people that have done all 4 and the inner circle. The truth is, if you have an online business now, I can show you how to 10x that. I can show you how to get to $1 million business so much faster than you'll ever do it on your own. So much faster than anything that it's offered out there in the education space. I'm doing it. How many people do you know that's actually doing it from scratch? You watched London Real go from 0 revenues to a $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 million business. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Karan, I don't even know why you're asking such a silly question. You should pull the trigger and make it happen. I'm looking for 2 to 4 hours a week. That's 20 minutes a day per course, and we'll get you to the next level. The truth is, it's your fear that's holding you back. It's because you don't have a mentor to call you when you're off course. It's because you don't have the blueprints and you don't have the accountability. I'm giving you all of those things right now. Click the link. It's $297 and you're in.
Quick gong?
Yes.
Michael McGee here in the UK.
Michael McGee here in the UK. You're probably going to be one of the last people that are going to be on this course because I think we're getting right to the end and we're about to close this course out. So Mike, thank you for being probably one of the last people in here. We've probably got a few spaces left. Now is the time to grab these things because we're not going to do this again until next year. Mike, you pulled the trigger. I can't wait to get started with you. But again, folks, life all comes down to a few moments, and this is really the time to make it happen. We're going to close this thing out very soon. I'm going to give you these bonuses. And again, lock your spot in right now, and you can hold it. You can't necessarily do it tomorrow or even after I'm done with this webinar. Get the pays and fulls. You got the link that you can pull. We really got to make this thing happen, right? Oh!
Samir Karkan in Germany managed to get that payment to go through.
Okay, nice, Samir. Very good job. And again, I love having the Germans in the house because you guys always do incredible work really hard and push the envelope. And again, you recognize value and you're pulling the trigger on it as well. And again, we've got a few spaces left on this course and I can just kind of see we're getting it to near capacity. So if you want to make this happen, now is the time. I want to share with you one last piece of video, which is some of the students talking to me when they were in the leather chair when I said to them, what advice do you have for anybody out there who's thinking about pulling the trigger on this course? Because everybody is right on the edge right now and everyone's thinking, I still don't know, Brian, I'm not sure. Well, this is for some people that were just like you. They were at this point right now on the Masterclass, and these are the people that pulled the trigger, and this is why they did it.
If you really want to live with passion and monetize your craft and finally be free, what are you waiting for?
This will grow way beyond a business. it will grow to something that is potentially bigger than yourself.
I was hoping for business strategies, for accountability, so to open up and just feel that love and to get that support and everything. I could have never seen that when I was thinking about pulling the trigger at the thing. I thought it was all about business.
I'm speechless, Brian, because there's been so much in this course. You give so much value. What you pack into these 8 weeks, it's incredible.
I've never seen or heard of anything that attracts quality people the way this does, and that's incredible.
We all have something to give. We all have something to give. We have a passion, we have a purpose. Pull the trigger.
Fear is not the enemy. It's always here to teach you something. You need contrast to grow, it's normal.
It's just an incredible journey, so anybody who wants to have their own business just has to do it.
Do it now. Life is too short. Stop complaining.
And another gong. I don't know what I was about to say. Who do we have here?
That is Robert Mwanda here in the UK.
Okay, Robert, you just pulled the trigger and jumped in here. So glad to have you. And I know there's a few questions here. And again, we're really coming to the end of this call. I'd love to answer our last few questions. And again, just say to anyone who's out there now, it's been what, 2.5 hours we've been hanging out together. You probably spent hours with me online. You know deep down inside that you trust London Real, you trust the process, and I think life all comes down to a few moments. If you're still on this call, you're here for a reason. I believe you belong on this course. So pull the trigger, make this happen. Let me mentor you for the next 8 weeks. The group we have inside here will change your life. Honestly, the people alone are worth the price of this course, not to mention me, the IP, the mentoring, the roadmap. It's incredible, but that is enough right here. I'd love to answer any final questions that you have here.
Jordan has a great question. He is asking, or she, how much more investment will I need for my business? I understand the 3K is for the education, but are there other investments such as buying traffic, buying tools, and the other stuff?
Yeah, great question. You know, the 3K is for me for you to show me that you're serious. That's what it is. And again, I've done this for free before, and the results are shocking. I've done this for $500, and the results are shocking. The truth is this course is worth $30,000. I'm pricing it at $3,000 because I get the most results. I'm looking for maximum impact because we're going to be doing this for the next 100 years is our plan. So what happens is you pay the $3,000. That means you show up and you do the work. After that, I'm not requiring any additional investment from you because all of the tools for free. The biggest thing keeping you back is you and your own fears. That's the truth, folks. I know you don't want to hear it. The truth is right now you can pull out this thing in your pocket and for free you can connect with 2.5 billion people. For free, you can sell digital products that go into your PayPal account, which costs for free. You'll use Zoom call, which is free, Facebook free, Instagram free, email is free. It's all free. The marginal cost of this course is nothing. It's like 20 bucks, I think, to create a landing page. Nothing else is required, which is to show you that you've been procrastinating. How long have you been thinking about building a business? 3 months? 3 years? Longer? It's only you that's stopping you. I'm giving you a chance to click the button and pay something called money, which you kind of will get over fast. You'll make more money, but this is an experience that'll take you on a new course in life. This is intellectual property and energy coming from us. So make it happen, folks. This is the last chance. I'm closing this thing out. If you want to be a part of this group, take a big deep breath, pull the trigger, bang the gong, as we say. I love it.
Cody from the US.
Cody from the US, making it happen. Look, it's great to have you here, Cody, and it's just amazing. But again, this is the last chance to get the bonuses I promised on the webinar. Bonus 1, bonus 2, the fast action bonus, to lock your spot in. Don't wait a year for this to happen. I don't know what's going to happen a year. Maybe I won't be personally mentoring this course in a year. Maybe you'll have some bad things happen to you. I guarantee this is the closest you're ever going to be to being an entrepreneur, to having $1 million business, to having the freedom to live your passion every day, to make an impact on the world, to have incredible relationships with game changers. Think about the guests on London Real. How would you like to hang out with those people on the weekend? That's the kind of thing you can do if you get out of your comfort zone. And again, remember what Einstein said. Insanity is repeating the same behavior and expecting a different result. This is the closest thing you're going to have that can 10x your life in the next 6 months. Think about it. This is accountability. This is a new peer group to hang out with. This is changing your game, which will change your income, your impact, everything about yourself. This is it, folks. This is it. This is the time to walk the walk. Talking is over, right? This is the time. Who is that?
That's a gong for Melinda, who just upgraded to pay in full.
Pay in full. That's awesome, Melinda. You're going to get Dan Pena live at the Ritz, 6 hours of just the most amazing, most incredible, inspiring motivation piece. Again, IPOs were done on the back of this talk. You're going to get the video kickoff call with me. And again, if you want to go to premium, you can have the interview at London Real Studios. I'm also going to give you the Chris Eubank on Obsession video. Anybody gets that if you pay in full tonight. Again, make sure you do that. We have 1 spot left for Inner Circle. I highly recommend you jump on that. And of course, we got premium packages. I think there's a few left there because the interviews will book up here at London Real Studios. Again, folks, this is pretty much it. Lock that spot in. Find the $297 to hold it in. Pay in full and make it happen. Change your life. Let's build this business. Again, you know, you can get 100x return on this investment. This is the time to do it now.
Okay, last question. Samuel is asking, what is the time commitment for the course and what time are those live calls?
Great question. So the live calls are Tuesday and Sunday at 7 o'clock London time. We had to do them, and we're busy here all day at London Real working on things, getting the academy up, making great courses, obviously filming great episodes. At 7 o'clock, we do the calls. They're for 1 hour. They're on this Zoom software. We literally have people from 14 time zones, people from all over the world. You can see them, you can talk to them, you can vibe with them, collaborate with them. We record the calls and we upload them to the private Facebook group so you can always watch them later. You have lifetime access to those, but that's when we do them. On Sunday is the workshop call where we look at the work you've done and we give you feedback and you can ask questions. Trust me, folks, we're very good at this. We graduated 1,000 students that have built amazing businesses. That's how that works. For the time commitment, it's not a lot of time. It's usually your fear and procrastination and resistance that takes time. I need 2 to 4 hours a week from you, 20 minutes a day. Give me that and I can give you a business. But you gotta trust me, you gotta trust the process, and more importantly, you gotta click the button and pull the trigger. If you don't do that, we cannot begin. If you do that, you have a chance at greatness. If you don't, it's really hard to get where you wanna go, and I'm gonna leave that final thing up to you. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Good, I just wanna close with a few final thoughts. But the truth is this, folks, and I wanna be really honest with you right now. You know, I run London Real. It's a multi-million-dollar business. I talk to some of the most incredible people around the world. We hold live events, world premiere movies. We make films that are watched by millions of people. 100 million people have watched my content. The truth is right now, I don't need to be here. I got things I could be doing. I don't need your money. I don't need your $297. I don't need your $10,000. What I need from you is I need for you to make an impact on the world. And that's the commitment I made to London Real 7 years ago when I started this. I walked away from the banking world because I wanted to make a new life. I wanted to change the way the world works. I wanted people to do what they're passionate about. And that's what I do every day. And that's why I spend 3-4 hours talking here, because you're the one person, you, right there, you're the person that's right on the edge of doing this. And you're thinking, maybe later, Brian, I'll do it next year. I don't have the money. But you're the one that can make an impact potentially on 1 million people or 10 million people. And I can't leave any stone unturned. You know, I got to make sure that I go all out, because you could be the person that game changes it. You could be the next Elon Musk, the next Conor McGregor. Conor, 5 years ago, was unemployed, sitting in his room in Ireland. He might have been listening to this course. Who knows? Maybe the Business Accelerator might have gotten him out of his shell and created a champion. You're the champion I want to create. And that's why I'm willing to go and do things that are hard for me. I'm losing my voice right now. But the truth is I want to tell your story a year from now. I want you to make an oil painting for me. I want to talk about your $1 million launch that you couldn't believe. I want to show your new lifestyle, your new relationships, your students who love you. I want you to make an impact on the world. But I won't give it to you for free. Nah, I don't give handouts. You have to take the first step forward. And again, it's a symbol of something to come. The money itself is just not important to me. I don't think it's that important to you, and you'll spend lots of that money over the course of the next 5 or 10 years. But this is one action step that shows me you're serious. It's called pay price to action. It's skin in the game, and it shows me that you're worth my time. And so I'm imploring you to just think outside the box. Think in the long term and say, you know what, Brian, you're right. I want to change my life. I'm sick and tired of the way it is. I hate my relationships. I don't like work. I get up unmotivated. I'm depressed. I'm stressed. I'm anxious. I want to change all this. This will do this and much, much more. So make it happen. Take a big deep breath. Stop researching it. Don't watch any more videos. Don't listen to anything. Don't do any more workbooks. Just pull the damn trigger and let's build something incredible. And so that's it, folks. I want to share with you one final video, which is one of my students who wasn't sure about pulling the trigger. And this is his story about pulling the trigger and going to the next level. But here's the story of one of my students who pulled the trigger. Watch him, and while you're watching him, pull the trigger. because I'd love to build that business with you. All right, much love. I'll see you on the inside of the course for the trigger pullers. Bye.
I'm Roger Frampton. I'm a movement coach. I'm a hard worker. However, I tend to focus a lot doing stuff that doesn't really benefit my business. It's just I'm working on the wrong thing at the wrong time. From the outside, it seems like I'm quite successful, but in reality, I'm losing a lot of money.
What made you think, okay, I've got to try something new in my business?
I had a dream, and I want to be able to run my business from anywhere in the world and not always be stuck getting a train in and out of London every day.
You pulled the trigger, which wasn't an easy decision, right? It's not like you had a lot of money, but you did it anyways and you invested.
Dude, I just remember you mentioning this business accelerator in the park, and it's just been going around and around in my head. Like, I'm a personal trainer. I've been doing the same thing for like, 5, 6 years. The only thing I do different is just I keep upping my prices.
So you're trading your time for money.
Exactly.
And that can only get you so far.
Yeah, I feel like that. I don't want to be doing this when I'm like 90 years old, and I feel like I'm just putting myself further and further into this trap.
That you probably don't even realize how much value is in your head. Whether you know how to teach someone about flexibility, you know how to train me on a muscle up. Like, you're very good at what you do. We all have intellectual property. I can teach people how to build businesses. My video team can teach people how to make movies. But you can actually take the intellectual property in your head and put it into a product. You can literally make money while you sleep, but it takes a specific process and a specific blueprint to get it out of your head, put it into a product, create the videos, and then sell that.
I don't make videos. Like, I'm a trainer, do you know what I mean? Like, that's all I know. I know I can coach someone one-to-one, but I don't make videos.
Yeah, and I hear this all the time, but look, this is the new digital age. It's not hard. You got one of these in your pocket, right? You can literally have your face in front of thousands of people in the next 2 minutes. The only thing keeping you from doing it is what? Fear, a little bit of worry. But if you could push through that, I guarantee you can make money.
I know what Brian's done. I know what he's done with London Real. I want to do that, so therefore I'm going to take the advice from someone who's done that. So I was like, well, it makes complete sense for me to just follow his path.
This course is not about who puts in the more time. It's not about who has a better college degree, who has more money. It's all about who goes into the fear, all right? That's really the truth. Some of you were talking about how awesome the energy is in here, right? Is everybody feeling this energy?
And this is where I pull out this most amazing device that can really change your life, and it's your phone. And I want you to turn on record and point it at yourself, and I want you to talk about something that intersects these two circles for the next 2 minutes.
All right, guys, let's talk about the standing position, which later we're going to be trying in restaurants. Okay, so feet together, heels pushed against each other. The fact that I just started blogging, and then these people, got involved and was like, oh, I just realized what you do. I was like, I don't know, it's just really weird just to know that these people were out there the whole time. It was just me that needed to step out and do something. They're not gonna suddenly message me and go, hey Roger, I'd like to spend some money with you.
A lot of people don't understand that your business has different sectors of products, all right? It starts off with this. This is what we call free product. And that's what? It costs exactly nothing. You've been pumping free product out already in the terms of the vlogs you've been putting out. The next comes low-cost product. Your first minimum viable product, your LCP, where you actually charge money for people.
The low-cost product is called Bulletproof Your Body. And Bulletproof Your Body is a 6-part video series. I really believe that my video series and eventually buying my course
is going to completely change people's lives, because when you really discover how your body moves, you know, you're gonna hit enlightenment. I really believe that. I'm so glad I discovered human movement.
Almost every other business needs a prime offering. And this is anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. Now, a lot of new entrepreneurs, maybe like you, think, Brian, there's no way anyone's gonna pay me $1,000, let alone $5,000 for something I'm gonna teach online in a digital product. And guess what? You're wrong.
Getting someone to pay 2K, even though I know deep down I'm changing their lives and I can really take them to the next level, I just don't know how to ask for it. Brian's like, you need to close them, you need them to buy into this fucking course. Ugh, fucking hell.
My job is to get you uncomfortable every single day of the course, right? Yeah. That's 8 weeks. If I can do that, by the end of the course, you will be something that you won't even recognize. You'll be a proper entrepreneur with a revenue-generating business, with clients that love you, that tell their friends how great you are, and you'll be able to do that from any city in the world. That's what I'm talking about here.
Fuck. That's how I feel right now. I can't fucking do it, man. Brian Rose. I feel frustrated.
What's it like being around those types of people that are kind of on their game?
It's just being surrounded by people that want you to win and encouraging you and making you accountable. And I think that's what makes a difference. There's definitely strategies in place that hold people accountable. Whether it's the doc, whether it's the team, the competition, and I'm sure there's lots of like psychological elements at play. Everyone's just got a dream and like we're all just there. It's awesome.
Let's talk about you on week 6. You design your low-cost product.
Yeah.
You get ready to sell it on the webinar. It's the moment we prepare the whole course for. This is where all the magic happens. This is what we've been working for the last few weeks and months, because now is where we're gonna count those Benjamins. We're gonna make that money. Your customers are gonna vote with the most important weapon out there, which is their credit cards.
There's only actually 9 people.
This is crucial. This is where we're gonna turn the intellectual property in your brains into money in your bank account. I'm telling you, if you sell products here, you have a business.
Then 10 people show up. This is fucking terrible.
10's better than 1.
Oh, this is
fucking... It'll be 11 with me.
This is really bad.
Come on, it's fine.
There's 11 people. Alright. Alright, I've got 53 people. Before we had 11, and I was like, fucking 11 people, mate. You're putting all these messages for 11 people.
How can I check I can hear you?
Let's fucking do this shit.
I can hear you.
Alright, let's do it. I'm starting now. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Can everybody hear me? Can everyone get a thumbs up? Can everybody hear? How you doing, guys? You excited to be here? Let me just stick this on. So what we're going to be going through today is something called Bulletproof the Body that you can incorporate in your lives. Did you train today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because your body sent you a message. I want to move. I want to move. As kids, our body sends us messages. We want to move. However, sometimes we get so busy with work, with other things that are going on in our lives, we don't hear those messages.
Amazing, amazing.
Cool, man. Are you going to join me on this course?
Sorry?
Are you joining us? Are you joining us on this course?
Already did.
Boom. Welcome. Awesome, man. Look, I really look forward to welcoming you into the Facebook group.
Thank you.
No worries. Are you joining me? Are you joining us? Yeah.
Any problems, email.
But I'm gonna try. I don't know what's happening.
What's trying? I'm gonna try and train my body. I never heard of that before. I heard of doing. Cool. Are you joining us?
I am joining you, yeah.
Boom! Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining me. That's the end of the webinar. But there's sales, man, and this means there's a business. There's a fucking business. Fucking teammate, fucking team.
Thanks, it was a pleasure. Well done. I'm very proud of you.
Cheers, babe. It's online products.
I just want to say massive thanks for pushing me way beyond my zone.
Amazing, Roger. Well done.
Man.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a real business right there. This like has been freaking life-changing for me. I'm not like worried about paying the mortgage next month, and like seriously, it's like life-changing.
How many did you sell up to now?
20 grand.
$20,000.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
That's insane. Like a few weeks ago, I was getting the 5 o'clock train every morning into London to do my personal training sessions. And now I have to go to my laptop and I can change people's lives.
Look, man, let's build something great together. Let's affect 1 million lives. Let's just really change the game.
Thanks so much, as always, for pushing it. Much appreciation for making me do this.
If you want to get paid to do what you love, then I have something very special for you. Because I'm taking a small group of ambitious London reelers like you under my wing to help you turn your passion into a profitable business. So you can be financially free, travel the world, and never have to work for anyone ever again. This offer won't be available long. So if you want to build a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms, listen closely. Over the next 2 months, you'll have the chance to learn the step-by-step system I used to turn my passion for learning into a 7-figure media company. But that's not even the exciting part. Because we've all bought a book or a course thinking this is going to change my life forever. Then what happens? We don't implement anything. So we stay stuck and feel stupid because we failed to make any progress. Well, I guarantee with 96% certainty that will not happen to you. I say 96 because that is the percentage of my graduates who will launch a business by the time this 8-week program ends. Yes, that includes hundreds of people who had no experience or business idea before they joined. You see, along with giving you a proven roadmap that's worked in dozens of markets, I'll work with you to help you overcome whatever obstacles come up and even drag you across the finish line so you can finally have that business you love. Before I go into more detail on this mentorship and accountability program, it's important for you to understand the profound impact that launching a business can have on your life. Let me show you how I went from a job where I felt like I was dying inside to creating a life where I'm deeply passionate about what I do every single day. Hi, my name is Brian Rose. I'm the founder and host of London Real. In 2011, I recorded my very first interview in a tiny studio with just a webcam and a couple of mics. Fast forward to today, I broadcast conversations with billionaire CEOs and best-selling authors to Grammy winners and members of parliament that have reached over 50 million people. And in the process, I have built a 7-figure media company. Now I want to help you build a business that has you excited to wake up in the morning. One that leaves you feeling proud and fulfilled because you're helping others in a meaningful way. This program teaches you how to share your passion with the world and achieve financial freedom. And this stuff works. Over 500 of our graduates have built successful businesses so far. Here are some of their stories.
It was the most amazing thing I've done for my business. Completely transformed the way I've done things. It's brought a new purpose into my life.
You know, that course has really shown me that you can achieve stuff in a much shorter time frame than you initially think you can.
You've got so much potential, so just, if you have an idea of doing it, you've got one life, go ahead and do it. You've got to get that person out the way that might be holding you back and steam forward. If you've got any fear, you just have to steamroller through it. And I found that on the course. I just thought of doing something and then up would come that sense of, oh, can I do this? Can I not do it? And I was like a guy on a steamroller, just straight over, crush it. And that's what I would say to anybody who's thinking of doing your course.
There's so much information on the internet. You can figure out, you can educate yourself for free on the internet. What you can't do is connect with a community. And you can't be successful alone.
You've got to invest in yourself in this world. I've done a lot of courses. I think yours does differ because there's the accountability, you're learning from people that have done it, and from the now. You're not learning from a guy that set up a company 20 years ago when things were very, very different. You're learning it from someone that's done it with his team in the now.
These people have transformed their lives. And you know what these successful graduates have shown me? That by putting yourself in the right environment, you can achieve way more than you ever thought possible. And it's not about some magical $1 million idea, or special influencers you need to know, or getting a Harvard Business School degree. It's about surrounding yourself with experts who can show you what to do and who refuse to let you fail. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is mix a bulletproof business idea with support and accountability. With that, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results. Here's an example. This is Max Keeling. Max went from no idea to revenue in 6 weeks. But before he did this, he was living like you and me, grinding away at an unfulfilling 9-to-5 job. One day he had enough, took action, and decided to build his own dream through our Business Accelerator. Max threw himself into every aspect of our course, completed our 10 vlogs in 10-day challenge, and after consulting our market opportunity map, he founded The Investing Coach. A few weeks later, I recommended that he create and deliver his very first webinar. He did and made his first sales months sooner than he ever anticipated. I will never forget the excitement he had on that live call with the entire group. Today, Max is self-employed, running a highly profitable online business. He sells premium digital products and live coaching packages for thousands of pounds each that are sold out up to 6 months in advance. But more importantly, he lives his passion every day, determines his own hours, and travels the world and lives life on his own terms. I love Max's story because it reminds me of when I was building London Real. Max said, once you get over the fear and push through, that's where all the magic happens. I'm a big believer in this idea. If you watch my TED Talk, you'll see that's the core message I was trying to spread. Go to where the fear is. My talk was watched by hundreds of thousands of people because the concept of fear and how it inhibits us resonates with everyone. It's something universal. We know it, we understand it, and we feel it. But most of the time, we still don't take action. For example, have you ever wanted to quit your job but were too afraid? Maybe you imagine looking at your boss dead in the eye and saying, "I quit." Then picture yourself walking out the door with a big smile on your face, knowing you'll never be back. We've all had a fantasy like this, but we're too afraid to take action. And I understand why. It's scary to leave your only source of income. That's why it's so important to build a business you love on the side now. Something you control. This will give you an escape route and keep you from being a slave to your paycheck, like I was for 20 years. You've spent tens of thousands of hours helping someone else build their dream business over the course of your life. Why not invest some of that into your dream? Okay, time for some brutal honesty. It's tempting to blame your boss, society, or your upbringing for where you are today. But the truth is that you are where you are because of the choices you made. But all that can change in an instant, whenever you decide to follow your passion. The truth is that the person cutting your paycheck made the same choice years ago, and so can you. So which person do you want to be? The person who wakes up tired on Monday, works a boring 9-to-5 job, lives for the weekend, and repeats the cycle. The person who knows they're destined for more, but does nothing about it. Or the person who jumps out of bed on Monday, does inspiring work, lives their passion, looks forward to life, and builds financial freedom in the process. So what's it going to be? Are you going to make a change, or will I bump into you 1 year from now and find you leading a life of quiet desperation? What about 5 years from now? 10 years? What about 20? I know because I used to be that guy, slowly grinding myself into misery year after year, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you know what that is? Insanity. How about we change your future right now? You and me together as a team. Are you with me? But don't go into your boss's office right now and quit your job. I know that's what I did, but there's a tendency to romanticize these scenarios. We believe these stories end with, they all lived happily ever after. But it actually took me years to get where I am today. I didn't have a plan. I knew nothing about YouTube, online business, or monetization. I built London Real by slowly grinding my way through, making every mistake possible. I got distracted by the latest web tools and apps. I asked favors from London Real fans to set up technology, which took months longer than it should have. I even spammed our London Real episodes on people's Facebook walls. It was exhausting. Now, after years of blood, sweat, and tears, after interviewing the greatest minds in the world, after making every mistake possible, I'm proud to say that I have built my dream lifestyle. I'm able to wake up every day doing what I love, providing value, and changing lives for the better, while being financially independent and answering to nobody. Getting to that place wasn't easy. I had to go through years of suffering and headaches. But I've got good news. You don't have to go through the same journey as me, because I have compiled my knowledge, expertise, and secrets in one place. After a half-decade of trying every possible strategy in the book, it has become very clear to me that you can't just go cold turkey and venture out into the world hoping for the best. You need an idea, a plan, and a series of steps in order to get what you want. In essence, a roadmap. But that's only the beginning, because knowledge isn't everything. If it was, then we would all be billionaires with six-pack abs. Along with a roadmap, it's also important to have a guide, someone who's been there before and will work with you personally through the biggest challenges you face. On top of that, it's important to have like-minded people to support you, people who understand what you're going through and who want you to succeed, who will be there to give you feedback, motivate you, and pick you up when things get tough. When you combine a proven roadmap with a skilled guide and an army of supporters, that will make you unstoppable. And that's what I'm offering you today. If you've ever dreamed about living your passion while achieving financial freedom in the process, I can show you how. I'm proud to officially open the London Real Business Accelerator. When you join our course, you embark on a unique journey. You will not just learn about business. You will be taking on a meaningful challenge that will change your life forever. And you won't be doing it alone. You'll join a group of smart, hungry, like-minded entrepreneurs from around the world who will be building their businesses alongside you. Many of our students have said the network alone is worth the price of this course. But more importantly, I will be personally mentoring you every step of the way. You will have complete access to me during the entire course. And honestly, I don't know if this will be the case next time around. London Real is growing at such a fast pace that I don't expect to be so personally involved in the future. So now is the time to let me help you build your dream. Let me go deeper into what the Business Accelerator actually is. For 8 weeks, we will be releasing a video module every week, combined with 2 live video calls. On Tuesday, we have a live keynote call where I go into detail on the specific module. And on Sunday, we have a live workshop call where both myself and your team leaders give you feedback on your progress. And we leave no man or woman behind. Our course has the highest success rate of any online business course out there because we put massive emphasis on accountability, which is what I call the secret ingredient to success. You can learn the best techniques, strategies, mindsets, tools, and tactics in the world, but if nobody is there to keep you accountable, you won't get the amazing results you envision for yourself. Okay, so what's in the modules? Well, let me walk you through each one of them. Week 1, bulletproof your business idea. To kick things off, we start with your business idea. If you don't have an idea, you will find one here. If you already have an idea, we will make sure you have the right one. If you already have a business, we will expand its scope. Next, I'll show you how to make a compelling 1-minute business pitch that you can use for your customers and your investors. And lastly, I'm introducing 3 proven psychological mindsets that I personally use to help you thrive through the entire course. Week 2, find your micro niche. In this module, you're going to identify something crucial, your micro niche. This is a small subsection of the market that you will own. Next, you'll find out your competitors' strategies, strengths, and weaknesses, and what you can learn to model and what you can avoid. Next, I'm going to show you how to determine exactly what your customer wants. You will use these insights not to just be better, but be different than your market competitors. Week 3, build your high-performance website. Here you will create your website in less than a week. That's right, less than 7 days. But there's more. I will show you how to attract and capture potential customers, then have lifetime access to market to them for free. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it in a way where people will want to hear your marketing message. Week 4, make your content. This is where most students have their biggest breakthroughs. In this module, you'll complete the legendary 10 vlogs in 10 days challenge. This is where you start sharing your ideas, making an impact, and find out exactly what people are dying to hear you talk about. You will also learn how to make compelling video content the London Real way. I will show you how to produce a 3-part series as a free product to hook your new customers. Then you will warm them up to become your long-term customers by delivering them exceptional value. Week 5, kickstart your social media. Nowadays, there's a social media expert on every corner. But how many can show you proven results? Who do you know that went from 1 Twitter follower to over 125,000? We did, and not in some spammy way, but in a deliberate fashion while building authority in the market. In this module, I'm revealing all the strategies I gleaned since 2011. I will break down all of the big social media channels and show you which ones to use and which ones to avoid. Week 6, create your product. Here I guide you down the London Real product success path. First, we will find out what value you can offer to your customers. Then, I will show you how to properly package it. And lastly, we will create your minimum viable product, which is a fancy name for the best kind of product with the least amount of effort that people will actually pay for. Week 7, sell your product. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. Now you will present and sell your product by hosting your very own online webinar. I'm going to show you the exact triggers that we have used to close hundreds of our customers on our webinars. And here's the best part. If you did all of the work in the previous modules, your prospects will already want to buy from you even before you start the sales conversation. Here is where the money will start to roll in and the feeling is exhilarating. Week 8, launch your business. This is it. You've built all the necessary pieces of an online business, and now it's time to launch. You will identify strategic relationships in your network and influencers inside your industry. Then I will give you word-for-word templates on how to reach out to them in order to 10x your business. Lastly, you will create a blueprint for your next 12 months with a long-term vision. Congratulations, you have your own business. In addition to this, you'll also get my bonus module, Accelerate Your Year. Here, I will go deep into the end-to-end ecosystem, how to optimize your online funnel, and show you A/B testing strategies to maximize your business success. Here's a summary of everything you get on the Business Accelerator. 8 video modules containing the latest cutting-edge techniques, tools, and insights on how to go from no idea to an online business. 16 hours of live video calls. You will interact with me face-to-face on a live call twice per week. Here, I will give you private instruction, answer questions, and follow up on your progress. Our private email address, dedicated to answering any question about the course within 24 hours, and lifetime access to all the video modules. If you fall behind during the course, you can pick up anytime you want. But most importantly, I am offering you accountability. You will not just sit around and watch videos. I'm going to make sure you actually do everything we teach by including weekly check-ins and 24/7 help. Me and my team of London Real business coaches will support you throughout the entire accelerator. If you get stuck, we are here to help you. Our trademark accountability document. Your progress will be followed in real time on our accountability system together with all of the other accelerator students. Access to the private Business Accelerator Facebook group where you can connect instantly with a group of like-minded students, many of whom will become friends for the rest of your life. Lastly, I'm offering you a free ticket to our live weekend graduation event in London. Here, you will meet your classmates, go deeper on course material, and crystallize your plans for your business. This includes free admission to our super focus group, interviews at London Real Studios, a group dinner on Saturday night, and a walking tour of London with the class and the team on Sunday. But just so you know, this event is optional. You don't have to attend in order to complete the Business Accelerator. And that covers the entire course. But once you join, you will see that I leave no man or woman behind. I will make sure that you get over the finish line, kicking and screaming if necessary. That's the beauty of our accountability system. It's the reason why this course has the highest success rate of any of its kind. It's the secret sauce that gives us incredible stories like this one. Let me introduce you to Claire Lim.
My name's Claire. I am 22 years old and I'm from Hong Kong. I'm here on the Business Accelerator program because I've decided to open the first movement studio in Hong Kong.
Meet Claire, a 22-year-old movement and dance teacher from Hong Kong who wanted to turn her passion into a business and live life on her own terms. She decided to invest in her future and join the London Real Business Accelerator, a live and interactive 8-week mentorship and accountability program designed to make her business dream a reality. Together with over 60 entrepreneurs in 14 time zones around the world, Claire undertook a radical life transformation, learning how to publish videos of herself, build her social media platforms, create digital products, and actually sell them on her own webinar. With 2 live interactive calls per week, she was coached and mentored by me, Brian Rose, the founder and host of London Real. Following our blueprint of 8 world-class video content modules, a private Facebook group, and our trademark accountability documents, all while under the supervision of experienced team leaders from around the world.
I have begun a 10-day vlog challenge presented to me by Brian Rose. I've had spurts of extreme motivation and passion, and it's like going on hyperdrive. And it's some sort of superpower.
But it was the global community of her fellow classmates and entrepreneurs who also built businesses that was the hidden value of the whole experience.
I think it's bizarre how everybody's in different parts of the world. Everybody's there for each other.
took hard work, but Claire was soon recording huge wins while she also built the foundation of her business. By the end of the course, she was celebrating major success as she reached out to partners and recorded her own webinar.
And it really worked. I had about 1,700 views, and I don't even have 1,000 Facebook friends. And it worked because I felt like I was talking to people, you know, and connecting and helping and providing value. You know, and also I made so many friends with people on the course, and it's been a real honor.
We are together.
Yeah. Both from Hong Kong.
Yes, both from Hong Kong.
But all together, it just becomes like a real family. You know, I'd really like to spread the message that other people can be doing this, especially other young people, you know, stepping up to be entrepreneurs.
If you do love what you do and you can immerse, then look out for the next course, seriously.
Today, Claire has turned her dream into a reality and built a profitable business by opening Hong Kong's first movement, dance, and meditation studio. Now she has both a sustainable lifestyle and lives her passion every day. Doing something she truly loves while inspiring, motivating, and leading people in the movement revolution. So by now, you're probably wondering, what's the price for the Business Accelerator? Well, if you were to get an MBA from a business school, you'd have to pay about $100,000. Then figure out how to apply everything on your own once you graduate. The good news is the Business Accelerator doesn't cost anything near that. We could charge $15,000 for the course, and paying that much for a business that can earn you many times that every year would still be an amazing deal, especially since it also lets you live your dream lifestyle. But we also wanted to make this affordable to everyone, so we cut the price as low as we could for something with this much personalized attention. So we have 3 levels of investment. The standard package, for which we also have a 12-month payment plan, the premium package, and of course, the inner circle. The standard package gives you 8 video modules, 16 hours of live calls with me and my London Real business coaches, access to our private Business Accelerator Facebook group, our private email address with a 24-hour response time, lifetime access to all the modules and workbooks, a London Real coach based on your business model, and 1 ticket to our graduation weekend. With the premium package, you receive everything from the standard package, plus a one-on-one video kickoff call with me to assess your business ideas and plans for the future, my private email and Facebook chat for the course during the entire 8-week period, and the big one, you get to smell the leather with your own one-on-one interview here at London Real Studios, sitting in the chair opposite me. This is a huge business asset that you can have to land customers and give you access to partners and really jack up your social proof. And lastly, for the people who want to go all in, I'm offering the Inner Circle package, where I will personally mentor you for 6 months after the course is complete. Not only that, you'll get access to my Inner Circle group of exclusive, driven entrepreneurs who are hungry to make a change and take their businesses to the next level. Here we go big. So if you want to build that 7-figure business, this is the package for you. So now is your chance to click the Buy Now button and join our Business Accelerator. To put things in perspective, where are you going to find an offer like this anywhere else? If you join a typical digital course, that's what it's going to be. Digital, no people. The problem with a digital course is that everything is down to you. You're on your own, which massively increases your chances of failure. Why leave this up to chance? Instead, join our accelerator, where you have your own business coach who keeps you accountable and a group of like-minded entrepreneurs who will embark on the same journey as you. Of course, you could decide to do it alone. But if you've seen my 3-part video series, then you'll know how hard it was to build London Real from the ground up, all by myself. It took me 3 full years to even make a dime. It's romantic to think you can do everything on your own. But honestly, if you study how the best in the world succeed, they all had mentors. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mozart, Albert Einstein, and Alexander the Great. These were people who learned from the best.
I too have been privileged to learn from many of the best in the world by inviting them into my studio. I stand on the shoulders of giants. And if it wasn't for them, I might still be broadcasting from a tiny little studio with just 2 microphones and spamming my episodes on all my friends' Facebook walls. But I transcended. I opened myself up to people who had already achieved what I wanted. I learned from them and built London Real into a global media and transformation company because of it. During this course, I will be your mentor, steering you every step of the way. So click that button and buy. Join my program. You will not regret it. And one more thing. When you look at the times we live in today, it has never been easier to build a business in the history of mankind. Your product idea can be tested for less than $100. Your website can be set up instantly. Your customers can be rapidly found through social media. And with the Business Accelerator, you can get there in record speed without having to make all the amateur mistakes that I made. The truth is that the biggest thing holding us back is our own minds. The moment we want to do something bold, we have 100 small little voices in our heads telling us to do the exact opposite. We see someone create a successful business and we immediately find reasons why we cannot do it. Oh yeah, that person probably has money, good looks, great connections, it's luck. I grew up as a science geek, became a banker, and then created London Real. It has nothing to do with luck, good genes, or talent. It has to do with the willingness to just go for it. The same goes for any big London Real guest that comes into this studio. I have learned that they have the same basic fears as you and me, but they are directed by a different story. Instead of waiting for the right time to do something like start a business, they make it the right time. They make the decision to plow ahead at full speed. Fears and self-doubt be damned. And these people are not special. We've all met people who are driven no matter what their age, IQ, or background may be. Your inner game is the key to your success. Over the years, I've seen so many people with the potential, the energy, and the know-how to make it happen, but they were paralyzed by the story they were telling themselves. Let me go over some of the most common ones I hear. I don't have a business idea. Well, guess what? You don't need one to start this course. During our first modules, we will dig deeper into who you really are, what idea will fit you, and what market to pursue. We've included multiple exercises, worksheets, and resources to help you find the right business idea, including the market opportunity map and your golden triangle. Instead of having to venture out there on the internet and read dozens of articles with contradictory techniques on how to find an idea, we have actually done the hard work for you by designing easy, practical tools that will get you started and accelerate your progress. Will this actually work? I spend thousands of dollars on digital courses every month in order to get myself and the London Real team to the next level. There are some amazing products out there, but there is one thing they all lack: accountability. You see, most of the digital courses out there are exactly that: digital. You sit at home alone and watch video modules. Sound like fun? Not to me. I believe in teaching the old-fashioned way. So when you sign up to one of my courses, you get to see the whites of my eyes on 2 one-hour calls every single week. You get to participate in these live Zoom calls with the members of your class, many of whom will become your friends for life. I track your progress and push you to be the best, and I'm not a big fan of excuses. So if you want to watch some videos, go to YouTube. But if you want to actually change your life, sign up to our Business Accelerator. Well, when I founded London Real 6 years ago, I started with 1 YouTube subscriber. I didn't know what I was doing, my family and friends didn't care, and I was honestly nervous about what my former colleagues in banking would think of me. Since then, London Real has had over 50 million views, held interviews with some of the most amazing people on the planet, and now has a product ecosystem with multiple successful courses. I'm truly able to say that I've created a business I'm passionate about. Through that experience, I believe anybody can get what they want if they commit. Starting a business isn't easy, and the first step is always the hardest. But once you completely decide to go all in, everything else becomes easier. And I will be here to guide you every step of the way. I don't have any time. Do you have enough time to be successful? Most people who complain of not having enough time in their lives suffer from bad routines and an ungrounded mindset. The Business Accelerator gets rid of all of that. So many people spend hours at the computer, starting on one task, half completing it before jumping to another, never knowing the roadmap to building a successful business. I will give you a clear methodology, allowing you to focus your valuable time on exactly what matters. You will see results with as little as 5 hours per week. Although just like anything else, it's simple. The more time you invest, the more results you will see. Successful people have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else. They just use that time differently. And if you want to learn how, then join us now, because I'm not sure when I will do this again or how involved I will be the next time. But I have a little surprise bonus for you. If you join me today, you will get access to the London Real Library. You will get the exact workbooks, word-for-word scripts, and templates for every single module, including how to reach out to influencers, contact blogs, write your first blog posts, and more. Not only that, inside you will also get case studies from previous successful graduates and how-to tutorials for every step of the way. So click the buy button and join me on this course. I have big plans for this class, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Don't settle for anything less than an incredible life. You have so much to offer the world, even if you don't see it yet. So if you're ready to escape the 9-to-5 and build a business that pays you to do what you love, then hit that button and join me. I'll see you on the inside.